Double savers. I am Star Wars, I think.
Damn right. Welcome everybody to another stream. It's been a while. It's been a little while. Danny, get straight into it. Read out that agenda, son. We're getting right into it. Now, RJ should be along at any given moment. I'm sure we'll see him pop up any second. But it's going to be a good stream. We've got a lot of things to cover, a lot to talk about. And no doubt there will be people probably popping in and out, kings and or otherwise. So, Danny, get right into it.
All right, straight into it. Like, we talked about this subject kind of last week, objective versus subjective, hot takes and underrated language like that. I know you guys wanted to talk about that, so we're coming kind of back to it. Like, it's sort of like a part 3 on media literacy. So I'm gonna let Jacob go into that. He's been wanting to rant about that. For the DC segment, we're gonna be talking about what the hell was Zack Snyder talking about Kryptonians being like Greek gods or whatever. I don't know. Y'all Snyderverse fans are man, you Snyderverse fans.
On that one, son.
Yeah. Marvel. Okay, Marvel is gonna be really lengthy. There's like one one subject that added last minute, but like we're gonna do a little bit of Marvel memory lane. For all you Ant-Man and Wasp fans, I know you guys been waiting for that review. And then we're going to actually talk about the Fantastic Four cast. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Guardians of the Galaxy review spoilers. And then we're just going to, for Cobra Kai, we'll just talk about costume design, film still on track, even though this writer's strike is kind of up and down. Like, it is like, there's different, like one side is not 100% correct and the other side ain't 100% correct. All right, Jacob, let's go, man. It's your time to shine, baby.
Straight into it. Everybody smash that like button, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Now, right, objective versus subjective. Now, this is a conversation I love having because the line gets blurred. Like, I mean, really blurred. Like how your hair is getting longer. Thanks, Dom. Appreciate you. Koto, Tristan, Frankie. Hey, what's up? Bada bing. Lisa, perfect. Good. Hope you're all doing well. So what is objective, first of all? Objective is cold, hard facts. It's evidence. It's 100% truths. It simply means, all Valley, what's up, my bro? It simply means you can't dispute it. Like it's set in stone. It's like there's no. Oh well, actually, in my opinion, no, that's not technically correct. No, you're just wrong and stupid. It's objective, meaning you can't dispute it. It's fact. Now, subjective is your own personal take. It's how you feel about something. Here's a great example. Take, let's say, Civil War, Marvel Civil War. Let's take that. Objectively speaking, it's probably one of the best MCU films. The structure, the narrative, the pacing, the story, the editing, the characters, it's there. Subjectively, we may feel differently about that. Maybe, let's say hypothetically, Danny, you loathe the movie. I'm a bit indifferent to the movie. Adam, you may absolutely adore the movie. And that's where objective versus subjective comes in. The ability to discern what is a fact versus your opinion is getting lost in mainstream media nowadays.
It means nothing.
About the philosophers in a second. But, like, it's like, oh, well, it's my truth. And because I took it like that, it means that to me. It's like, well, wait a minute. You can't do that. You can't do it. It's like, oh, but there's my truth. No, there's the truth. There's not like your truth and my truth. There's the truth. It's just like if I said this controller was a white controller, right? That's objective. It's literally, and then someone could go, well, actually, I interpret it as a red controller. You're an idiot. So those are the kinds of people that we have in our society now. Mariam, long time. Oh my goodness. Don't want to hear any spoilers watching Guardians this week. Yes. And also on that, when these guys touch upon Guardians, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll be dipping out for a bit and then coming back in. I do need to see it ASAP though. Cobra Kai World, what's up? Objective is 2+. Subjective math is the best subject. You're damn right. Exactly. And that's where, and feel free to like bounce in whenever you guys want.
Two plus 2 is 4. I don't care if your opinion is 5. Like somebody will.
But we're losing. We're steadily losing, right? Unless you can't see white. Let me just remove Adam and me. Sorry, I mean the setup was there. I had to take it. Ka-chunk. But we're steadily losing as a society the ability to discern what is a fact versus what's your opinion of something. Now, obviously, it is very situational dependent. It relies on a lot of, how do I put this, things that are specific to whatever it is that you're discussing, right? Let's take, for instance, The Dark Knight. Now, I know this is a bit of a mishmash kind of subject with us lot. For me, and for many people, objectively speaking, it's one of the best superhero films ever made and ever put to screen. Like, objectively speaking. Subjectively, I agree. Subjectively, you guys may feel differently about that. Yeah. And that's fine. It's the ability to kind of discern, okay, this is how I feel about it versus this is what it is. Take Captain Marvel, a movie that I think is a big old piece of trash. A big piece of dog shit, right? And Green Lantern 2.0, but worse somehow. But the movie objectively made money. Doesn't mean the movie's good, but objectively speaking, it made money. Like we can't dispute that. Obviously, there's that whole thing of people buying cinema, like all those rumors and theories, but which could be true or not. You never know. But it is what it is. Objectively, it made money. Movie's still shit, but objectively speaking, it made money. And I think as a society, this is becoming problematic. Like this is becoming a real issue now because everyone has everyone wants to feel like the hero of their own story. And I know it's ironic me saying that, but everyone wants to feel like they're championing a cause or they're championing a movement or they're championing an idea or they're going against the grain and being, if there's a popular opinion, there's always got to be some guy on the other side of the fence that has to be a contrarian just because it's edgy and it's fun. Versus, on the flip side, there's people that suck up to things because everyone else does. And that's where, King Press says 9 out of 10. Sweet. Can't wait to watch it. No spoilers in the chat, people. I ain't seen it yet. Don't freaking ruin it for me. But it's really becoming an issue. It really is. I remember the conversations that I had with you, Danny, and RJ when he joins when we first met about this particular stuff and how bad it's getting. Where like fanboying is one thing. We all do that on some level. We all do that.
Yeah.
But when people start going objectively, the movie's trash. When the movie objectively is just
made money.
It's like you can't like take.
I was gonna say, for example, the Secret Trilogy. Okay, we know, me, Jacob's opinion. We ain't going through all that. If you don't know what by now, go rewatch some of the old videos. By now,
there's 50 billion streams you can rewatch. And my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. I think she's a horrible human being, and I think she should be fired. But she made money for the company, and therefore that's why she can stay and she can do whatever she wants to do and everything. I may not like it, whatever. I may not like her, whatever. But she did what she was supposed to do. She made those Secret Trilogy movies money, even though they kept on losing viewers every single thing. They still made the $1 billion mark. So there's an example right there.
There's a prime example. Like you push your main fans away stupidly, but looking at it objectively, they made money. So all the investors, like it's like that conversation I've always said when the Star Wars nerds are going, "Oh my god, the sequel trilogy!" Ah! I understand your feeling. Trust me, I do. But the investors don't give a frog's fat ass. Because money. That's
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Entrance is all about the money.
It's like
now, if there's an incentive to, let's say, dude, I mean, I don't think they'll ever reboot it. Like, there's no point. But if there was
Nah.
an incentive to
They made
reboot
another Ray movie. They're telling you straight up, no,
they're
we're
basically
still
telling
going
you
with this.
we're doubling down. We're doubling down on this train. We're doubling down.
And you're doubly losing money, but it's all good.
Pretty much.
Hey,
We don't mind at this
The
point. We
last movie
legit
barely
don't mind.
scraped $1 billion. If they want to keep going further with the next one, and barely scrape 500 odd. But it's a Star Wars movie. It'll sell, I guess. It's just annoying.
yeah.
But it's more so like with the takes that people have, and the internet is a great tool, but man, it's given rise to a lot of people that have no idea what on earth they're talking about. Like they'll go and read an article somewhere, and they'll go, no, and do all that malarkey, and then they'll go and read the article out, and then they'll try and sound knowledgeable on something, and it's very apparent the minute they start talking that they're not knowledgeable on it.
Yeah, you can tell by the confidence in someone's voice.
I'll give you another example. This is on the opposite. We're going to talk about this guy later on anyway. Let's take Zack Snyder for a moment and everything. Now, Snyder fans, Snyder cult, don't you attack me, because guess what? I like Man of Steel. BBS was and I love the Snyder cut and everything. So don't you attack me. And Wonder Woman was dope because Patty Jenkins can't write herself out of a paper bag. Like,
probably the biggest Snyder advocate.
So I'm just gonna say this. Objectively, some of those movies were pretty good. I think they're decent or whatever. There's a lot of people. Obviously, he has a whole entire fan bases that no matter what. If you talk bad about Zack Snyder and everything, they're coming for you, man. They roll deep and everything. Like,
if you have even a mild complaint, like anything mild, oh my god, you're a hater. You don't understand him. You're terrible. You suck. It's like, what? It's just an opinion.
Yeah, like
it's just an opinion.
People need to realize that you're allowed to have an opinion, but you don't have to.
But I was gonna say this objectively. Like the facts say or whatever, hey, his movies didn't make money. Therefore, they're rebooting his universe and everything. Like they didn't make a whole bunch of good money. So there you go. Like you may like them and that's fine and everything, but Warner Brothers is looking at, okay, we didn't get a profit off of this. So
they didn't make any money. And the damage that is, like, even aside from money, the damage that's been done to the IP and the characters overall, like that's objective damage. Like that's legitimate. You can look at that and go, well, subjectively, I really like Punisher Batman. You can say that, but
that's
objectively
fine.
speaking, right?
Punisher Batman doesn't sell.
It's done. It doesn't sell. Like it's caused a massive chunk ripple right down the community of Batman, and now there's a lot of damage control that needs to be done.
Yeah, like you love Henry Cavill. You love Henry Cavill Superman.
So do I.
I love Henry Cavill Superman too and everything, but objectively, his movie Man of Steel didn't go well with most people because he didn't save cats out of trees and stuff like that. It's not what I said. It's not what I said.
The issues with that though is that people, like, as much as I love things to be comic accurate and things, some people take it too far with that, where like because he's not saving cats from a tree is a bad Superman movie. I'm sorry, but let's be realistic. Who the fuck wants to watch someone saving a cat from a tree? If you want to watch that, watch those nice videos on Facebook, like your gram probably sends you on Facebook, you know? But don't be sitting talking about
just to throw it out there, I mean, I saved a cat out of a tree, but you don't hear me tooting about it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it's like...
I climbed that whole thing and I saved the thing.
Yeah.
It's like... But that's just where we are in pop culture now. Like, people don't want to... Like, people are all up in their opinions and, like, they don't want to hear, like, the actual evidence or whatever. It's...
Yeah. And even then, like, sometimes, you know, we're all guilty of biases. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes you may catch one of us, or me even saying objectively, and I could be dead wrong. Like, that, you know, it happens. It's very easy to fall into that category by mistake. But where people have a strength is they can pull themselves back from it, if that makes sense, and carry on. But aren't the Lakers playing right now? Just on a side note.
Yes, they are. They're playing the Warriors again.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I know what the other lot are doing. Instead of streaming, they're watching a shitty basketball game. Right.
Probably.
Anyway, totally not salty about that. Not everything has to be comic accurate. I mean, no shade to basketball. I do like the sport. I just, yeah. Not everything has to be comic accurate. Exactly. I was talking to RJ about that the other day. Is that, you know, it's great to see comic accuracy done, but if it looks like shit, then no. Like, just change it up.
I mean, even even young Ripper, even though he started his own comic book universe or whatever, like when he was still like watching DC and Marvel, he even said like not every movie is gonna be like 100% out of the comic book, and that's okay because you gotta make a movie, like you gotta make it sell too and everything. He's not like,
I mean, take Harry Potter, like they adapted it from the books, but you know, objectively, it's not the most faithful adaptation of the books that it could have been.
But the way I've always told people to look at it this way, the reason why they took out a lot of the stuff, it was because it wasn't mandatory for the story. Like, yes, it could be there, but it isn't mandatory. They just done the cue points. And so many people go, but then it's not true adaptation. It's like, no, it's as close as you can get within a 2.5-hour time slot.
And also that whole like Dumbledore said calmly thing, yeah, it's funny. But in the context of the scene and the movie, it makes sense. It's like, he's thinking, fuck it, can this kid get a break? It's a 14-year-old boy that's just been put in an international tournament with dragons and shit.
He could legit die.
Dragon Chow. Like,
also, to be fair, if you think about it logically, we wouldn't also have gotten the great meme of it either. So, like, it's a 1-1 here. Like, I think when it comes to like comics and things, of course you want it to be comic accurate, but they can take liberties if they do it the right way. The only issue is either they don't do it the right way, or they go miles away from the comics, like that show Titans, and then, you know, like everybody's looking like weirdos in weird spandex. They don't look like
I don't even get me started on that show. Like, whether it's objective or subjective or whatever, what they did to my boy Jason Todd in that show, like, he's not some edgy emo kid that just goes around shooting people. Like, that's not that's character assassination.
Yes. Also, he's not big enough to be Jason either. Like, he's very, very scrawny. Like, you could never see that Jason Todd going hand to hand with Dick Grayson. You just couldn't see it being possible with the stature size. And that's not anything bad about...
I only watched like a couple of seconds. Like when I saw the Batman looking like Corn Pop, I was like, nope,
To be fair, they used the Game of Thrones actor to be Bruce Wayne. They used the guy that played Jorah Mormont of all of the people from Game of Thrones.
I said, not my Batman. Not my Batman. He ain't looking like Corn Pop and everything. Not my Batman and everything.
The sad thing is, like, another thing that people need to realize is when you get a show like that, it can be good because people like the guy that plays Nightwing, Dick Grayson, the person that plays Superboy, they're actually decent actors and they're actually decent in their show, but they're the only sort of saving grace of their show. So like, they're good adaptations of the characters. There's a bit of stuff you don't like what they do with the storyline, but other than that, they're good variations of those characters. And yeah, no, definitely not even talking about the other one you've just mentioned there, Jermaine. Sorry, no, that's not even a topic.
We don't talk about that. No.
Oh, no, that one doesn't exist. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. And the reason
we don't do that here
are important and how it all links into subjective versus objective is it's a conversation that is had by us every week. Thank you, Warner Brothers, especially. Sony, we know there's no subjectivity there. They're just objectively shit at everything.
Yes, very much so.
But it's an important conversation that needs to be had because I feel like it's very like I feel like everyone wants a seat at the table. Like everyone wants a seat at the table to say certain things, and where you go wrong with that is. Again, we all fall into biases, but we let the bias cloud the judgment over what's fact and what isn't. Take Thor: Love and Thunder, right? Subjectively, I think it's a piece of trash, right? I hate it. I think
there's somebody that loves it,
but there's someone that will subjectively go, I like the movie. You know, that's where you get subjective versus subjective. Someone may go, they really like the movie, and don't know why, but full power to them. Enjoy the movie. Halloween Ends, same thing.
If anybody likes that, I'm questioning their logic.
I was gonna say this. People in the chat,
Oh,
it's okay. I want to at least let you guys know that it's okay to like crappy movies too. Like we all do. But just for the we all do. Like it's okay to like crappy movies, and it's okay not to like popular movies. It's perfectly fine. Like if you generally think a popular movie
like
is not
sometimes
that great,
and this is
and you
where
bring up like some actual factual points on stuff, and you can you have a cohesive argument. Hey, like we might not agree on that particular movie, but hey, you stood your ground on why you think that movie's not
this is
that great.
why objective can be a problem as well, because you get people that go to movies, like everyone's a freaking movie critic nowadays. Everyone's a movie reviewer just because they cover content of another show. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm calling you out. On that, right, where objective can be another issue is sometimes people need to go into movies and just ask themselves this one question: was I entertained?
Yep.
Now, obviously, context is important. When you go and see a Fast and Furious movie, if you're expecting anything Oscar worthy or anything of a decent story at this point, I don't know where you've been in the last 5 movies.
You're out of your mind.
Like you're going there to a summer blockbuster to watch Dom say family, family, and drive his Charger around like the frickin' Infinity Gauntlet, and like that's what you're going to see. So objectively, yeah, the movie might be bad, but it's fun. And I'm glad that you brought that up, All Valley, because that's another one. TASM 2, objectively, there is
we talked about this today.
That movie. Like the editing, the story choices, the narrative, the sort of decisions that are taken. Where's the clip? Where's the clip at? Where's the clip? I have it here somewhere. Or is it there? You're a fraud, Spider-Man. Like stuff like that. But subjectively, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Like I have to skip the final 10 minutes because I can't cry. Like I can't. Hey Darius.
Yeah. Darius, what's up, man?
Like I can't cry.
Perfectly good time, man.
I can't. It's a sad ending. But objectively, the movie sucks. But subjectively, it's a guilty pleasure. And I'm glad that you popped in, Darius, at this point as well, because I know this is something you feel quite passionately about too. Is we are in the world of people losing grasp on what is objective versus subjective, and the line is now getting blurred of what's what. And people are and the other thing is people are throwing around objective to justify everything now.
Right.
When
hot take, in my opinion.
So if you want the definition of what objective and subjective mean, objective is facts, things that cannot be disputed. That's
set in stone.
And when you're talking about art, there's
it's the Oreo seating plan. That's objective. There's objective for you.
Yeah, when you're talking about art, there's very few things that are objective. Like when you're talking about movies, you can talk about objectively the writing says this, the shot says this, but like the subjectivity is how does that work for you? Like does this line, does this plot line work for you? That's subjective. Like you can say that it wasn't executed well, but there's stuff that's not executed well that works for me in some movies, and there's stuff that is executed well in other movies that doesn't work for me. Like The Last Jedi is a prime example. I can't say the writing in that movie is bad. It's just a lot of stuff happens that I don't like. It doesn't mean it's a badly written movie. It just means that a lot of stuff happens that I don't like. Like what it was trying to do, it did it well. I just don't like what they were trying to do. Yeah, like
it's a really good movie to use as a prime example. It really is. Rian Johnson, you achieve your vision
because it's literally a 50-50 down the middle. People hate it, people love it.
There's no middle. It's literally
And that's what people need to realize. It's like just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's badly written. It just means it's not for you.
Yeah.
Which is also fine.
Also, piggybacking off of this stuff, I was also saying this to, I think it was Danny Shamoon the other day, is that I think another issue when it comes to people going to watch movies, specifically today, is that we've lost the ability to get lost within the movies. We're not actually just sitting back and disassociating from everything. We're sitting there with the critical eye too much now, to the point where it's like, oh, well, that CGI moon didn't look quite right. And you're like, slow the hell down. It doesn't really matter about the CGI moon, but like, it's like we've lost the ability of a kid enjoying it.
That I blame like channel, like these film criticism channels, which
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there if that's how they choose to watch movies, that's fine. I'm not saying they're wrong, but they've just trained a whole like generation of people
legion of people to go into
the movies and they're like, yeah, let me pick this entire plot apart. Because let me tell you something. If you look hard enough at any movie, you can pick it apart. It's not difficult to do.
Like even Kubrick movies, you can look at and find something. Like
everything has a trope. Everything has something you won't like. It's always gonna be there. Like every
to me, like the worst criticism is like, oh, this is a coincidence that starts the whole plot. It's like, okay, bro, let's look at Star Wars, A New Hope, for example. Think about all the coincidences. So Leia is above a planet that has her brother on it, just by chance, by the way.
Just by pure chance, on the same planet.
Wasn't even established yet.
The same droid that her father built. Like, you want to talk about coincidences, bro? Like,
start there.
Yeah.
Like every movie to start the plot has a coincidence. Like, what are the odds that this is happening to this specific person?
You have to. The movie has to start out with something. Like, what are you like? That's what I never got. Is like people that are being so overly critical.
The conversation about movie tropes. Like, we've seen when you watch one boxing movie, you've seen pretty much 80% of them. But if the tropes are executed well, I couldn't care because it means they're good. Bro. Like Southpaw and Creed are very similar. I don't know why they released Southpaw at the same time, because then it gave it literally no freaking chance whatsoever. Fuck you. For sticking your middle finger up at me. Look at this look at this.
Always fucking eating.
Always eating. And look, we're still in the Oreo seating plan. And I swear to look, see? But what was I saying before? Damn it, RJ.
The trope. You were talking about tropes.
That's it. So as long as tropes are executed well, then for me personally, I don't have too much of an issue. Is it annoying when some of them are overdone again and again? Yes. But when they're done well, I generally speaking don't really have an issue with it. I mean, look at Rick. There is tropes all over that movie. Like
America,
and you know he's going to get the Han Solo kind of like savior moment, but it's just exciting to see it unfold. Cobra Kai, there is, for all these people that think Cobra Kai is such a deep mythological show, there are so many tropes in that show that you could get from Power Rangers. And I'm not even joking. And that's not like me throwing shade and be a pretentious slight. It's me saying that it's not like it's not this groundbreaking storytelling. It's just fun to see it unfold. And that's
I'm gonna be 100. Like Cobra Kai is basically Karate Kid, Saved by the Bell, and Power Rangers all mixed into one.
It's a live action anime, if you will.
And like, here's the thing. I don't know if this is a secret to people, but people have been telling stories forever, so every trope has been done. But there is no original.
Yeah, there's nothing original anymore. It's just like how the director, how the writers, come together and put it on screen.
It's so hard to create anything original. It's not easy.
Because this is something I learned. Every story is just the hero's journey, just told in like a slightly different.
That's what I was going to say, because if you look at Harry Potter and Star Wars, a little orphan boy finds out he's got a magical past, and then he becomes a big. Lord of the Rings. They all just go on this magical adventure after being orphaned. You're like dead. Like what?
Every Disney movie, orphans, more orphans. Like it's all like. There's only so many ways you can tell a story where it's like this is
even sometimes different. Like Frozen, where it doesn't need to happen, it happens.
Yeah, agreed. Like there's also reasons that they keep telling them these ways because
people like them.
It's how you root for a character.
It's how we make sense. It's how we make sense of it. Whenever someone tries to break away from the hero's journey, it doesn't make. There's movies like that, and they don't make any sense.
They're like, oh, this movie's it's redefining the hero's journey. No, you're fucking shit up, is what you're doing.
It's just a bunch of,
sometimes it's okay to stick to formula, and formula is okay because you're gonna get a good result with formula.
Look at the old school sitcoms. They stuck to formula and they were good. Look at the new school sitcoms. They try to be edgy and different, and look at how bad they do.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Back to the Future the musical today, right? And literally, it pretty much is a beat for beat retelling of the movie. They've changed a few things up. They've modernized a few little things in there. They do a lot with the mayor. Like with the mayor, they do a lot of like jokes about like they throw There's a scene where Marty's in the bin. They're like, oh, so that's what white trash.
Wow.
So there's stuff like that, which is freaking hilarious. But even though I was like, okay, I know what's going to happen, it was still exciting to see it unfold. And
Yeah.
that's an important conversation. And it links into subjective, objective tropes, predictability, originality.
I mean, I could give you like the tropes like in anime. Darius knows what I'm talking about. What did they have in anime? You know, there's gonna be a tournament. You know, there's some. They gotta have a power. Yeah.
There's always the Bakugo.
They're gonna have an overpowered character that always ends up beating everybody else.
They're always going to have that one dude that's a legitimate badass, fights against the main hero, and then teams up with the main hero.
Vegeta, Piccolo, Bakugo.
The one that's too cool for everyone. He's
Robbie.
always sat in the back, so quiet, but then when it's
like and you want to know what where they got that? You want to know where they got that from? Journey from the West, the old Chinese tale. It's the same thing in every single anime.
This stuff goes back to Greek mythology and those old ancient Chinese texts. Like is it? And then it opens the conversation about originality. Is there originality in Hollywood? There is, but it's not bankable, and we've talked a lot about it. It's just not bankable.
Speaking of that, Renfield was a recent movie that was good
and things like that, like tropes and things about like whether they're predictable or whatnot. They've got to be formulaic because they allow us to root for them. It's a formula that works. When you break away from the formula, you're jerking the audience around. Like that's what you do.
Yeah. I don't want to get too deep here, but basically, we absorb stories in the way we think about life. Like we think about life as you go through some things, you change, you go through more. trying to not do it that way, it just doesn't work because we don't think about life like that. Like you go through some stuff, you learn, you either get better or you get worse from it, and then you go on to the next.
Our life is an arc. We go develop it ourselves. Like
so that's when that's why when characters don't develop, it doesn't feel right because that's not how life works.
When you're sitting there watching something and characters don't develop, it feels like this.
Smile for the camera, motherfucker.
Like it feels like that. Like you're watching it and then you're you're in a complete trance.
Yeah, it's like that's why stories with no point. That's why stories with no point don't work either. It's like, what's the point of this? Like, what is this supposed to mean? Like, that's why that doesn't work. It's because it's like,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's like shonen is like no matter what shonen it is, I guarantee you, there's either going to be the hero's journey, there's going to be a tournament, overpowered dude that has like 50,000 forms,
showdown at the end. The character sacrifice, if you will.
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship or whatever. Or the main person doesn't
even did that in It Chapter 2 with like the power of friendship defeated Pennywise. Like
the main character has some type of origin that he has nothing to know about or whatever. Like he has like some ancestors.
You know what gets me in anime? In flashbacks. How did they know about the parts they weren't there for?
Yeah, never makes sense.
You know what? You do got a point there. Like,
how are you having flashbacks in third person?
Yeah, no, like especially on the subject. Like Renfield was a movie that came out recently that I really enjoyed. It was a unique plot, it was a unique take, and it had some really good action and some good comedy. No one talks about it. No one even went to see it. Because it came out around about the same time as other like Scream 6 and things like that, so stuff like that was still going on. So they didn't go see it.
Hold on. I disagree with that comment.
No, that movie definitely.
Oh Lord!
That movie.
Hold on, rewind. I missed it. I went into a trance. Right.
You know.
Wow.
Don't feed the monkeys, RJ. Don't feed the monkeys.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Hang on. What this one?
Yeah, that had a point. I disagree.
Oh, there is a point.
Oh.
Vinland Saga.
Yes, Vinland Saga is amazing. Go watch that. That's a good point.
This guy woke up this morning. He was white.
That's a different show. That show's different. That's some different stuff with it.
On Prison Break.
You watch Prison Break, Darius?
Nah, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that has a point.
That has a very. That's your opinion, but it has a point.
There's subjective and objective right there. That was
There
it.
you go.
Saw it.
There
live,
you go.
There you
live
go.
action.
There you go. And you know what? Just
There you
because
go.
we can all say it, we're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. I don't even know how that got started. I blame Anthony. But yeah, no, I mean, I think we could probably transition on to the next topic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You know, I have one thing to say about this though. People use
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's like anytime in, like, you've all seen Prison Break where the characters will go, "Oh my god, it's Michael," and then all of a sudden,
it's fucking hilarious. But
all right, sorry, say your thing, RJ.
No, objective and subjective, they're both used wrong.
Yeah, that's another problem by people that aren't informed, you know. And also on the flip side of that, if you are informed about it, don't be a dick. Like, don't be a douche. Don't be, you know, doing all that malarkey and you know, getting up in your grill and, you know, sitting there and going, "Oh well, actually, I know the square root of 69 and whatever." Like don't do that.
No one cares, bro. You're a loser you're a loser in your real life anyway. So like,
like it's ridiculous. But we are in that society now where Darius, there's only one clip I can play.
That's where you went.
That we are steadily losing grasp on what is objective and what is subjective, and it's a real issue. Like, it's becoming a real freaking problem right now. Now, obviously, for context, when these guys do it to me, when I start talking about objective things, like a character's arc getting done right, Cyclops, and not being cut, James Norrington getting a fulfilling
there we
arc,
go.
or Anthony LaRusso
Yes,
getting served up.
there it is.
Hold on, I ain't finished. Don't start. Right. When I bring that up, I'm talking from an objective standpoint, and then my subjective opinion on how I feel about where it could go. These guys do it just to troll. That's it. So, but we all know.
We love you, Jacob. We love you.
We love you, Jacob.
Yeah, likewise.
Smile for the camera, motherfucker.
Likewise. Oh, we got a little question here from Frankie. You want to field it, RJ? If you want to.
Okay, so I think
that's what we're about here. That's what we're about. Different perspectives.
The reason why I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is because the theme is about your time. And if you watch the movie, like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he has this fear of like his time in Hollywood is done. Like, it was a period back in that time period where he was a TV star, but then that's when movie stars started really elevating, and he was afraid that he was getting replaced. So, but he understood by the end of the film that his time was done. And I feel like it's low key. It's about Tarantino saying that his time in Hollywood is done, because Tarantino has expressed that he doesn't want to overstay his welcome by making plenty of movies, like, and not to disrespect this director, but he doesn't want to be like Steven Spielberg, just keep making movies and stuff.
Yeah,
he wants to.
People do that. They don't know when to quit.
Move on.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was basically Tarantino's way of saying, I'm done. Like, after he's gonna make one more movie, but it's more so about him and how Hollywood was and how it
accepting
about Hollywood. It was mostly about the Cliff Booth character is basically Tarantino, if you think about it, because Tarantino has always expressed that he doesn't want to overstay his welcome in Hollywood, and that sometimes you have to, no matter, not even just movies, like in general, like sports, like
tributes to everything.
For sports, for real, man. You could just go 24-hour fitness. You got old heads still acting like they still in high school, thinking that they're in the NBA finals, man. Like,
you're welcome. So that's why I feel like Tarantino's movie, that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
knowing when your time is up.
knowing when your time is up, but also savoring every.
It's time to go!
It's also about like he's basically saying goodbye to his era of Hollywood, like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Like
basically what it was. Yeah.
Hence the
60s
name.
era,
Hence
like
the
it's saying
name.
goodbye to that.
Yeah.
Basically.
Once
Once upon
once
a
upon a time in Hollywood.
Hence
So
the
that's
name.
why. That's why
So-
it's my most rewatchable Tarantino film other than Pulp Fiction. Like I really like the movie, what it does. Like people, there's a lot of people that don't like movies about Hollywood, but I really appreciate it because it was a. Let's be honest, every director has their niche, their type of style. Tarantino likes to make revenge stories, so this was outside.
And feet stories too.
Because it's so much
Yeah.
fun, Jan. Get it?
That one hasn't changed. He still likes to do that.
Yeah,
Even in
He
right.
still loves feet.
But I can totally understand why someone
What, the feet?
not think.
I'm playing.
I can totally understand why someone might doesn't have a theme because it's not. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
That's fair. I mean,
There you go.
There is a lot of random stuff.
You see,
in that
this,
movie that's-
this is what we do here. This is what we do.
I
Look
can-
at this conversation, this dialogue. It's freaking
I
great.
can understand why you might think that it doesn't have a theme because from the if you the first time watching it,
Shut up.
like it might shut up. It doesn't seem like it's not like his other movies where it's out there. Like it's very like Hollywood-esque. I can understand that.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can transition now.
Time to transform.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's about the people.
Darius, I literally told him to shut up.
That's an asshole now.
But yeah, go ahead, Danny.
So, the next subject we'll be talking about is DC. Dear God.
Oh,
Okay,
interesting.
so
Oh,
let me
here we go.
That's some
Jesus.
news.
let me set it up for you guys.
What's the news?
So good
Oh, the news.
good old Zack Snyder, my man Zack Snyder, Mr. Cult Master himself. Now I'm playing. Zack, you're probably a cool dude. He had his convention. He had his little convention. You know, he was getting with his friends, talking about his movies and everything. And he said the most curious thing that the Greek gods are Kryptonians, and I would love to hear. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this subject, man. Because I thought.
What was that? Did you put your hand up?
All right, let me fix my camera. Let me fix my camera for this.
Just RJ, you may as well kick that off since your energy's going straight into it. What's your stance? What's your stance on this particular development?
I just want to know what's the defense for this. What are the Snyder fans going to say about this? Like,
What's
are
the
they going to
defense?
defend this? Like, what's their? Well, I gotta say, I mean, look, this is nothing against Zach. How you watched Dawn of the Dead last night? Zach is a very talented director. I'm sure he's a great guy. But what the hell, man? What were you? Just when you think that he didn't have any more plans for his Snyderverse. I mean,
That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry. You don't get to the question of what Robin what happened to Robin or what Robin is it? I don't know.
Then why did you write
You wrote
it?
the damn movie.
What Robin were you going to use? I don't know. That one?
It already. Sorry, it already.
I don't want to spoil anything for future projects.
Sorry. It already jerks my bollocks off that they gave Jason Todd's story to Dick Grayson, right? That's already issue number one. The second,
Oh,
how do
first
you
off-
not know who or what? Like you
No.
can't, no,
You
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 know
can't
know what?
do
You
that.
know what? You know what really gets me? They expect us to believe that Jared Leto's Joker killed Dick Grayson. You expect me to believe that?
Hell
And that's
no.
another thing. You
want
expect
me
me
to
to
believe
believe that?
Derek, you don't want no beef? You want no
Oh,
beef?
Dick- fuck.
Dick, like
No,
Dick
no, I need to
is
rant.
like
I am sorry,
like
bro.
is the greatest success. How the hell would he get bet up by a guy
Jesus
that
Christ.
doesn't look like the Joker? He looks more like a
No,
woman in
no,
cosplay.
sorry. The guy that's like, you don't want no beef. Him killing Dick.
The suburban, the suburban. He reminds me of the suburban kids in the back of my class.
He's the suburban Joker. That's why.
But on this Greek gods thing, why? Like, what would this add?
To be
why?
fair,
Like, what?
No,
does this
Adam.
add to the story?
no,
No,
I'm not justifying it. I'm not justifying it, but
to be fair, Adam.
Look
No,
at
to be fair.
no.
Let him,
I'm
let
not
him talk,
justifying it.
man.
Let me say what I was going to say.
No, I'm just
I
messing
could see the point if they say that the characters were based on it, because think about Aquaman, he's just basically Poseidon. You know, Superman, he's got every superpower, so he could be any sort of god. He could be Zeus or whatnot. You could say that they were based on those characters, but you can't say they were related.
Yeah, symbolically, I hear that, and a good point, Adam. But
No,
the way the this has been brought, this whole SnyderCon thing, right? Everyone was like, "Oh, it's restored!" Oh, first of all,
we're gonna give.
where the fudge did you hear that? Secondly, let it burn. It's done, right? It's finished. Okay. It's like again. It's like
I'm sorry
It's like
to
you got
quote
that
to
one
quote
friend.
Where's
Kylo
Matt?
Ren.
Let the
You're
past die.
still holding on.
Let
Yep.
go.
Past die. Kill it if you have to.
Yo,
Sorry,
Juice, what's
I have
up,
to
my
quote
bro? Like literally, I tell
RJ,
you
this
what-
isn't
I tell
class. Why you got
I'll
your
tell
hand
you
up
what
again?
Snyderverse- I tell you what Snyderverse fans are right now. Let me just sum it up. They're the one friend you have that has an abusive partner, right? That you know they need to get rid of, and they keep going next week. Like, they
Maybe
keep
this
doing
time.
that.
Maybe they'll change. Maybe
Maybe
they'll
this
change.
time it's like,
No.
nah, pack up. I hope it hits you. I hope it hits you in the way. I
Get
hit you in the
you a wife like the Snyder cut fans will defend the Snyder cut, and
That's love right there.
love.
That's
Man.
love.
No,
Bro, get
I was
you
gonna
a
say
girl
like,
get you a girl that loves you as much as they love Zack Snyder, bro.
I mean,
oh my god,
I mean, kiss his
He
feet.
got
Right?
knows.
like, bro.
To be fair,
Yes.
don't hold that girl either, because that's just a
Brown ain't
passion.
got nothing on Zack Snyder.
I had one of them try to tell me this makes sense. So it makes sense that Zeus is a Kryptonian, but why does he have lightning powers? Why does he have lightning powers? Explain that to me. Why isn't Diana as strong as Clark then? Because she's Kryptonian too. If that's
Why
the
is
case,
everybody
And-
Kryptonian now
Hey,
as
and
well?
Aquaman too. By that logic, Aquaman is a Kryptonian too.
they
Why is
descend from-
everybody
they
just a
descend from
Kryptonian?
Poseidon, so are they
Danny?
That doesn't make sense either, because why would... Well, think about it this way. If someone has kryptonite, that means they're all rendered useless. They're all fucked. How would that work? Just flashing the green. Like, here you go. Everybody's done. They're not winning.
I would ask them this. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Why is this essential? We've got the
I'm still trying
DCU
to-
right around the corner. Let this
Let it
sorry,
go.
Let it
man.
go,
Damn.
please.
bro. You
Like,
guys.
Now, mind you guys,
I'm
like,
sorry.
I
I'm
bet
sorry,
you, I
I'm
bet you,
making-
Zack Snyder
I'm
is a
making
nice
second.
guy.
Hold on.
But
I'm
you-
making this about me for a second. One second, Danny. Sorry to cut you off. You see this gentleman up here,
Oh,
right
I'm
here.
sorry.
This gentleman here.
Oh
this
no!
Here we
this
go.
gentleman here, this
Here we
gentleman
go.
right here, and the gentleman
Yeah.
over there, right? And everything in between. This dude, fuck this dude. Everything from this side onwards, these five have been put through the ringer, right? And they are a relic of this old era that was entrenched in bad stuff.
Yep.
Let it go so we can start fresh and we can begin the healing process. You keep clinging on to stuff like could there be a Snyder Cut League 2 whatever down the road? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Hold on, never say never. Never say never, and just never say never. Never say. Let me finish, you two down there. Never say never. But at the same time, we've got DCU round the corner. I don't like everything that they're doing, but it's a roadmap. It's a plan. I'm willing to take the plunge. Let's go all in and just let this go.
Because let me tell you,
Because
bro,
I was gonna say this. Like,
Son of a
can they
bitch.
make Justice League Part 2 and 3? Of course, with an animation or a comic book. They're not coming back as live action. Let it go. Just let it go. Like
They might do
it's not
animation.
happening.
That could work.
See,
yeah,
animation.
animation would be dope, bro. But like, and it might the multiverse is a thing. They can fold that into like they can have them cameo and like Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. Yeah, that
This guy
happen.
did not want it at all.
But like,
I don't want
It's
that
like-
either. I'm sick and tired of multiverses at this point.
Can I just say that? Like, listen, I know it comes off that I just like.
So-
I'm an asshole. I know it comes off.
Are you sure you're a fan?
When it comes to like I'm an asshole that comes this topic, but listen, I'm sure Zach is a nice guy. I'm just tired of
What
this.
do you say, Jacob?
Well, I'm sure you are, but
Oh,
Jacob's a
damn.
nice guy.
yeah, I'm joking.
The revolution will not be told.
No, guys, I'm
Oh,
sure.
God.
I'm
They'll be
sure
live.
Zack Snyder is a nice guy. But
Of course.
I'm just tired of this shit.
I'm tired of talking about this. Like, I
Yeah.
want to let this go. I want to move on. But
Yeah.
every time we're about to move on,
Headache, man.
they keep.
'Cause I was gonna say- Listen,
We're here.
I'm gonna give the Zack Snyder fans one thing.
Snoring
You
last
you won the man. You won the man 2 Oscars. You won him 2 Oscars. So you know
Not
what?
one.
You guys.
two.
But you guys, you stood up for your man. You fought for your man and everything.
Stand by your man.
You stand by your man. Like, listen, I was happy when he won his 2 Oscars.
Yes,
He doesn't want to come back either. He wants to do Rebel Moon. He wants to make his own version of Star Wars. I bet it's gonna be okay. I think it might be all right and everything. From what I'm looking at the trailers, it looks pretty dope or whatever. But he's not coming back to DC. There was too much stuff going with
Too many
the
bridges
company,
that
man.
have been burned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Way
He's
too
not
many.
coming back.
And if he
Did
is to come
you guys,
back,
did you guys forget what they did to him? Do you think he wants to come back? You guys forget what
Exactly.
they did to the
Like they
man?
start talking about his wife and stuff like that, bro. Like
even if
Damn.
Zack Snyder was to come back, look at this roster above me here. We all know about this piece of shit right here. This guy isn't coming back. They're going to say to him, "Hey, do you want to come
No.
back, Henry?"
On-
Henry's going to
on the
say,
Ezra
"F
Miller-
you."
No, on the Ezra Miller thing. Did you guys see that quote from the DC exec the other day? That was like,
yeah,
I think this movie's gonna be so good, it's gonna make people forget about what Ezra Miller did. I'm like,
yeah.
hold on. I'm not gonna forget it. I'm not forgetting shit.
No.
Hell no.
I'm not seeing that film.
No.
RJ, don't we got plans for that film?
Oh, we do. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all gonna meet up and see that. We're all gonna meet up and see that film. at a
Yeah.
very secret
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
But bro, DC, I see you haven't gotten any better in the PR department because that is the worst possible thing you could have said, bro. Like, why would you ever
Yeah.
say that, dude?
You've
Like-
got DCU round the corner, a fresh start, a new beginning, and you come out and say some dumb shite like this.
I like what James Gunn did when they asked him about that. We'll just see what happens and everything. We'll just see what happens.
No,
I don't even want to just what happens.
Sorry, per my earlier point, we know what this piece of shit is right here. This guy, if he's asked to come back, he's going to say, "Fuck that! You slapped me in the face. You disrespected me twice, not once but twice. Fuck you." This guy up here, right, was the result of we know what happened to Ray. We know what happened to Ray Fisher. He's not going to get justice done for anything that happened to him whatsoever. Gal Gadot, I mean, she's got her fair share.
It's open ended with her.
It's open ended. Ben Affleck,
Affleck.
we know what's happened to him, and Jason Momoa is probably the only one that isn't like
Lobo.
out of the six,
His
will be
movie, his
okay.
movie might suck though.
His movie will probably
It
be
is.
trash. but at this stage,
You just drop
right,
that in there.
can we
No,
stop
it's true
dragging-
because like
can we stop
looks
dragging
like
out
it
the
sucks.
dead horse? Can we
No, I
release
know. It's just funny
these
how they say it.
movies so we can move on faster?
Yes,
Because
please.
I don't want to.
On-
I don't like if the Flash is the best movie of whatever, then I'll eat my words. But when this guy is the face of your freaking movie, and I gotta see 2 of this mofo in the movie,
then, like,
And he's in
DC,
every
I
scene.
already
Every
have an
scene.
issue.
Every scene he's in.
On
Every
that-
scene he's in.
on that note, when you guys remember when James Gunn was doing the slate or whatever, and like he was like naming off the projects, and when he got to Aquaman, he just said like And we got Aquaman. Now we're gonna go to this one right here. Like
Aquaman is a movie. Aquaman is a movie that's
Aquaman
releasing.
exists.
It is
It's
a
a
movie.
Exists.
Here's my thing.
I gotta
bro.
use the Morbius meme. It's one of the movies of all time.
I'm excited
One of
for
the
what
movies
James
I
is
like.
gonna do with the DCU. But the thing is, it still feels like he's gonna be picking and choosing. Like, okay, if you keep, let's say Gal's Wonder Woman,
Suicide Squad as well.
like,
Right. Where's Mike Wazowski?
why did it makes me
Oh no! Don't bring out Malcolm. Don't bring out Mike.
it makes me question even more. Why did you get rid of Henry Cavill?
It's like I said. It's like I said.
There we
right?
go.
What
It's
the
like
hell?
I said. Mike Wazowski
Oh.
builds your universe, okay? So Mike Wazowski lays the foundations. He builds the universe. James Gunn comes and goes, get the fuck out of here. This, out, that, out you go. I don't want any of this. Bye, but I'll keep this. You can't do that. But I've accepted it because DCU's around the corner. We've got no choice. But point being, I'm still salty about it because we're keeping fucking certain people.
On that,
we
James
get rid of
Gunn-
Henry Cavill.
He's losing one great actress though.
James Gunn confirmed yesterday that Crypto will be in Superman Legacy. Crypto the Superdog.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I hope that it does it good. I just don't want them to do what they always do and just make everything CGI. I do not want another CGI dog. Please, at least have a
Get
dog.
a real, get a real dog. They did it with Cosmo and Guardians.
Whenever
3.
you
Yeah,
see it
because
brought up, I
too
get a
many people are
freaking
using CGI for everything. Like at this point, movies aren't movies. It's just a green screen with a guy going hi.
This is
Get a
why
real-
grounded
get a
superhero
real
stuff is
dog,
best
but
because you
you-
can't use
you
CGI
do-
to
you
cover
see-
up a shit story.
Get a real dog for like the grounded scenes, but like.
Oh yeah, no.
When he
Like,
starts-
it's
when he
fine.
starts flying-
Of course, it's not like you're gonna be chucking the dog. No.
Crypto
Dogs
dog.
fly shit.
Peter would
And
be going
alleged-
off the rails of
And
that.
allegedly, they said that Chris Pratt might be the voice of Crypto too.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it makes sense with Guardians 3 being the it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I just-
back,
Make some
back
little
to-
extra money.
Back to the Snyder stuff.
Can we just
I'm done.
can this shit just
Can we
end?
go
Can it just
back
end?
to the Snyder stuff? Let's get rid of the Snyder stuff.
You know what?
Oh, it's like an anchor on my
Here's
ankles. Like,
what
get
we
rid
do
of
with
it,
the
for
Snyder
God's
stuff.
sake.
Here's what we do with the Snyder stuff. Close the book. Book's closed.
Chapter ended. Next chapter. Let's go.
We're on. New beginning. Let's not fuck it up.
It's like, and once again, if you're a Snyder fan boy-ish or whatever, like this is not an attack on you, sort of. Like, we just like
no, some of you it is. You know, the ones who it is, you know who you are.
If you think it's you, it's probably you.
It is.
probably you.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, Snyder fans, don't you attack me. I told you, I like Man of Steel. BBS is
You know
and
what?
like I love the Snyder cut.
Man of Steel is one of my
argumentative
favorite movies
mood.
of all
If
time.
you
like,
are one of those, please attack me. I want it. Come on. I've been waiting on you for 6 years. I've been dealing with you out for 6 years. Okay, I'm tired of this shit, bro. If you want it, come get it. I'm tired of it.
If you want it, come get it.
Come get it.
His views is his own views of the Kings of pop culture.
I'm not, you know what?
This is not the views of all of the
Darius,
kings.
if Darius, if you're jumping into the foxhole, I'm jumping in there with you, buddy. Fuck it, you
Hell
can
yeah,
get
bro.
me as
Yeah,
well.
to be
Let's
fair.
go.
So.
I got your back, buddy.
Yeah.
But like I'm just
We'll
saying,
have
like
your
it's
back, but
funny.
the Snyder fans have his
I'm
back.
just tired of seeing this man's name in all the goddamn headlines.
If there was
Can we just
any
stop?
chance of saving this universe, it died.
They would have
the
done
minute
it.
Henry Cavill was gone. The minute that was gone, it was over. Like that,
Yes.
because he's the
It
face of the.
goes it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Subjective versus objective. The objective was it didn't like his universe didn't make enough money.
Subjectively, you
work.
can
It
like
didn't
it,
work.
but you can also go away now because we're done.
It didn't work. Regardless of what you think about it, this shit didn't work, bro. I'm sorry, it didn't work.
Oh.
I feel like I'm stuck in
I thought
a
it was a
time
musical,
loop or
people.
a fucking genjutsu. Like we keep going around in circles with this shit. Like
Infinite
Yeah, true.
Tsukiyomi.
This is like a
Infinite
merry-go-round, like riding the carousel, and we just can't get off. Like,
No,
They
it's
want
the
to, but they
infinite
won't stop it.
Tsukiyomi. We're all in
Another
moderate
thing,
united vision.
guys,
This-
you guys-
like,
can you guys stop bullying James Gunn? Like, leave that man alone, bro. Like, Dude.
Yeah, y'all guys are threatening the man's wife and everything like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
right.
goodness.
If you're the type of sick piece of trite to go out of your way to go, oh, I hope the person that you love the most dies of a very special thing. You deserve to be locked up under the jail and strung up. You okay?
You guys are just
you are
looking.
To be
degenerate
kept in a special
scumbag.
coggle place.
You guys give the fandoms a bad name, bro. This is why they don't listen to us because they think we're all.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like that's why James Gunn is like sometimes I think James Gunn literally goes on Twitter just to troll with Snyder fans or whatever.
I don't blame him anymore because Snyder, like literally, you can say Snyder,
And they
mid,
deserve
and
it.
they'll go, and then bloody lose their shit.
Wife.
Honestly, Snyder fans, you guys are trying to snatch the crown from Star Wars fans. It's being annoying. You know how difficult that is.
That's,
you know how
and it's
impossible
no
that
easy
is?
task, and they'll go around saying, "Yeah, bro, we're more toxic than Star Wars fans."
They
That's not an
threaten-
accomplishment.
It's not a bragging point either.
That's not a badge of honor, bro.
That's not a badge.
That's
of
a badge of
honor at all.
dishonor that you don't want to be carrying.
They
And
went
if that's
after
the only achievement you want in this life, then you go full on ahead. You go do that.
'Cause
If that's what
Honorable
you're aiming for, bro, you need
And-
help.
Let's
And
just
look,
hope
and
you all
look,
end up
don't
in a
let, and
credit.
don't get this wrong or everything, because like when we heard that there was a possible Snyder cut out there, we were saying like, okay, if it comes out, if it comes out, it comes out. Like, I'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? We'll watch it or whatever. But like,
We'll watch it, but it doesn't necessarily mean like we're gonna like it. Like it could be good, but the thing is, you really need to stop judging people on what they like. It's getting ridiculous. It's like you don't like this, I'm gonna fall out with you. Like shut up, no one cares. I don't care if you're gonna fall out with me at this point. I would know.
Like fuck, like
You sound like a child, and I should know this. If you know, you know.
I've never seen fans meat write a direct. They're writing this man's meat, bro. They like why are you meat writing so hard?
wrong. He's not wrong.
Like get off this man's stack, bro. Like Jesus Christ.
and the thing is, like he already told you that he's not coming back. He doesn't want to come back. Like, guys, chill out and everything. Like,
part of that
stop
crowd,
fighting.
like, he's still leaving it ambiguous. He literally said never say never. Like, there's a reason he said that, because he would probably be open to the idea of coming back down the line, but right now it's not a feasible option. He's basically telling you, for the foreseeable, don't expect it anytime soon, but don't write it off either. What that means is walk away for now.
Let me in a little secret. In the entertainment business, you never want to close. You never want to leave any door.
Never
closed.
close any door.
Yes.
You never know where you're going to be in 10. This is for life in general. You never know where you're going to be in 10 years. So don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. You never.
And all the people that were at Warner Brothers got fired. Like the people that gave him a hard time, they're all gone now. Like there's a new team
out of there. I mean, you've all heard like the reports and articles over the years of like, let's say an actor who's in a TV show that's like, oh, I'm gonna do the impossible. I'm gonna break into Hollywood, and then 10 years later they're back on the show. There's reasons why that is, people, is because sometimes it doesn't go always the way you expect.
Yeah.
You need talent, luck, and a lot of things falling into place for you to be
At the
actually
right
able.
time as well.
Exactly.
That's also-
A lot of people forget that as well when it comes to these things. So there could be a right time for it, but as of right now, it's time to pack your lunchbox, time to go home, and time to shut up.
Yeah. It's like let's just give James like the only thing we can do is just give James Gunn a chance like everybody else.
Yeah.
Could he do good?
And we don't all agree with his choices, but if this is the trade-off, I'm willing to deal. You know,
because where we are right now and where we're going is better than whatever the hell we've been at the last few years. So, like, bro,
we got what's it called? We got.
I want to be coming on
plan.
here every week saying, "Oh my God, DC are releasing this movie while Marvel are releasing this one." I want to be doing that. I don't want to be coming on here going,
we want to be
"Oh my
happy."
fucking God!" 3 years later on, we're still talking about the Snyderverse. Like, I don't want to be doing this. It's like drowning in self-pity.
Because, like, here's the thing: the
Desiree loves company.
The Snyder Cut was good, but the Snyderverse is mostly unrealized potential. It's something we're never going to get to see. It's hypothetical. I want DC to be so good that we don't think about that. We're thinking about what is coming out, not what could be.
I want DC to be so good we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's about time.
That's
It's
when
about damn time.
It's time to reclaim the throne that they once had. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Some of you guys are on. Some of you guys are online way too much, bro. Some of you guys spend way too much.
Yeah, some of you guys got to get outside. Like I know that. Look, we're nerds, right? Let's not get it twisted. Us five, we're nerds. But there's levels to this shit. There's nerds like us who can go out and talk to people, and we work, and we can socialize with people out in the real world. And then there's nerds that, you know, do a bunch of this. Then there's nerds that also
no
do a bunch of this. And then there's also the other nerds that literally go, hello. Like that kind of stuff. Okay. So you give us all a bad name when you do these things. And, you know, I'm not addressing anyone specifically, even though I could be. You know, I want that to be put out there so it's immortalized forever. But at the end of the day, there's ways to do things, and there's better methods, and there's foxes.
The other day I met someone. I told her I told her I was a Star Wars fan. She fucking grimaced. That's the point we're at now.
Kick her at the curb.
What's her problem?
No, because Star Wars fans have that bad of a rep now, bro.
Because so many people make nerds.
No, you know what? I take it back. Don't kick her at the curb.
Like,
she's got a point.
You said that though.
Yeah. That's on me for not hearing the context. This is why context is important, people.
Context is key.
I mean, you can't blame some people and everything. Maybe they had a bad experience with Star Wars fans or whatever, or like had a bad experience with a Snyder fan.
You got to be a nerd to have a bad experience with the Star Wars fans. Some Star Wars fans.
It sucks to generalize, but like I can't blame her when Star Wars fans in the news every other week for doing shit like going to actors' Instagram pages and spamming racist
it goes back
shit like that. It's like
it goes back to this old saying, like you get bitten by a snake or whatever. Like some of these snakes are some of these, like there's like a thousand of snakes or whatever. One of these is poisonous. Are you gonna literally stick your hand inside that pit to find out which one is the poisonous snake? Of course not. And everything. I bet the snakes are cool or whatever. But like, you know, you're not gonna do that. Like generalizations, it sucks, but you can't blame people or whatever. Like it.
It's like you put your hand on a hot stove. You're probably not gonna do that shit again unless you're stupid.
Yeah.
It's not okay to get your hand and slam it into the microwave door. Like you a bit of an extreme example, but you learn by doing shit, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I
when we say go outside, by the way, we don't mean go outside, take photos and caption it best day ever, hashtag living my best life. We mean actually live. Don't be sat there doing that.
Don't be like, shit.
Well, I guess we can transition.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I mean,
so
on that, it's nice to know. Just to round it off, on that, it's nice to know DC are getting their shit together. It's just we've got like literally we're already on the ship, like the other ship going this direction, and the Titanic is just following us. It's just following us. Like people are just dragging it. You know, Jack Sparrow drags the Pearl in World's End.
Yeah.
Really, what they're doing. Let the ship go. And if these foxes don't shut up, Jesus Christ, there's like 3 of them out there screaming at like, they're like, like Jesus.
What does the fox say?
Right, okay. I might have to do this every time we go. Next topic.
Next topic, guys. All right, this one is gonna be like really fast. This is our Marvel memory lane. So, for all you Ant-Man and Wasp fans, this one is for you. I know you've been wanting it. So
I
like,
don't even have an Ant-Man or Wasp background, but I'll try.
It doesn't even matter because guess what? I think the movie's just average. It's like a 7 or whatever.
Average.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's
watchable.
Cool. I think Ghost was a pretty cool villain. Like she wasn't really a villain. She just kind of.
I'm not even giving it a background.
Was in pain. She just kind of wanted to like stop being like her.
I can't even be asked to Google a background for it.
It's cool. It's a fun. It's not swinging for the fences, so I can't judge it harshly because it does what it's trying to do decently well.
I didn't like the movie.
I just don't care.
It's average. It's
one of those
average.
ones where it's like, oh yeah, it did come out.
Right,
it's not bad.
There's average. In my opinion, but. Like it's like there's Ant-Man 3 level of bad, and then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp just average. You know.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I watched it once, and I haven't seen it since.
Same.
I think I've watched it twice, and it was.
Most people can't even remember the plot.
It feels. I'm gonna be honest. The whole movie feels like this.
Now, if you are an Ant-Man and Wasp fan and you like this movie, like, you know, that's fine. It wasn't our cup of tea.
It's got Paul Rudd in it. Paul Rudd's a cool dude, so yeah.
It's like RJ said. You know, Ant-Man is Ant-Man. We know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get an above-average film at the most part.
With some hints of comedy.
3 was somehow less, but Ant-Man and the Wasp very
It's cool.
It's all right.
Cool post credit scene though.
Cool post credit scene.
It's like
I get the post credit scene is better than the movie.
And they kind of ruined that post credit scene in the next Ant-Man film. Just gonna say that.
Because I was gonna say this. Like, wasn't it supposed to like talk about the quantum realm or something, and like it was supposed to help with the end game?
Yeah, it basically explained the time travel in Endgame. If you watched it, that's the only reason to watch this.
Eternals suck donkey balls.
Yes, worst Marvel movie ever. Eternals. It's my opinion. Well,
I
it's
still
bad,
haven't
but
watched
it's a
it.
bit.
That's still Thor 2 for me. I'm sorry. That movie puts me to sleep.
Well,
I'm putting Thor: Love and Thunder at that.
I forgot that existed. Never mind.
Do you know what? I'm creating. You know how they do them tier rankings? I'm creating a new category. I forgot it existed. Thor: Love and Thunder's right in there.
I wish I could.
So bad that I forgot.
Hey, that's like all of Phase 4 for me, Jacob.
Apart from Spider-Man, apart from Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
not their movie.
Here we go.
Well, it's definitely not Sony's goddamn movie.
This is a great topic.
Sony's goddamn movie.
Next topic: Ant-Man's boring, but decent.
Next topic.
Yeah,
Ant-Man and the Wasp fans, the two that are existing. If you're an Ant-Man and the Wasp who are like, oh my god, I love this movie, then all the power to you.
All power to you, bro. I don't hate it.
Hey, you say I'm gonna say this. You stayed really, really, really patient with Marvel Memory Lane to get to this one, man. Like, if you really love that movie, so like, you know.
I actually kind of like that we kept it short. Could you imagine if there was one fan that's like, oh, I can't wait to hear them talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we're just like, yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I'll give you a rundown. Ghost is a pretty decent villain. Excited to see her come. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Fishburne was in this movie for some reason. Yeah,
Wait, was he? I didn't remember that.
Get him to voice Silver Surfer again with Hayden playing the physical.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would do that. If you're gonna do Silver Surfer, Hayden Christensen.
Speaking of Silver Surfer,
Lawrence Fishburne.
That's a segue. Because
I need a Fantastic Four background.
Yeah. Like,
do not put Fantastic up. Do not. I swear to God, Jacob, don't put that shit up, bro.
Just put the logo of Fantastic Four.
Whoa, hey, whoa, take it easy, sweetheart.
Jacob.
Yeah. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, average.
It's cool.
It was alright. I have the Blu-ray, but I haven't used it. Yeah.
It's one of those unopened Blu-rays. Like I
Right.
Like I have X-Men Origins Wolverine. I just never opened that shit. I'm never opening that, bro. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
The next topic is.
Oh man. Oh yes, and this topic.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic Four. So like my man RJ said, like, Danny, can you please put this on? totally last minute. I don't usually do this, but he's a friend, so I can cut this.
He's a friend.
He's a front.
He's a friend.
Yeah,
I don't usually do this.
Like staying up, I mean, 4:15 in the morning, but you know, it's all right.
He told him to go to bed, people, but he
inconvenience of the list.
We
I mean,
told
yeah,
him to go to bed.
no, the show must go on.
So Fantastic Forecast. So we got our Sue and we got our Reed. Am I right, RJ?
So,
Oh god, here we go.
this terror. Okay, Darius.
I'll be back.
Me and Darius keep up with this. Scoopers. All right.
Scoopers.
Reliable people. Reliable. I'll say reliable.
Yeah.
They are.
How reliable?
They got a lot of No Way Home stuff right. They're like 90% reliable. I'll say that.
They called Toby and Andrew before the trailers hinted at it. I'll just say that.
Way before they call this like a year before they started filming.
Jesus Christ.
When everyone else is still saying Craven, they said Toby and Andrew. So yeah.
Well, we got Craven eventually, just not in the way we expected.
Fuck up.
You want
Shut
to
up.
you want to know why they call me the Rhino, right?
Call me Craven the Hunter. Oh wait, sorry, that's the Rhino. Carry on.
I'm sorry. That's funny. Anyway.
No, it's not. It's stupid.
So apparently, Adam Driver is gonna play Reed Richards.
Yes, sir.
And as far as Sue Storm, it might be played by none other than the amazing, talented, fine ass Margot Robbie.
Now, when you told me that, sir, I literally flat out said Margot Robbie and Adam Driver. That's
That's a good cast.
That's a duo right there.
That's a duo. So,
Because I'm just gonna tell you straight up, for a person that watched all four of the Fantastic movies, I don't know how you messed up this franchise 4 times. Yes, the late '90s Fantastic Four, like the one that you have to find, like literally find that you can't find. Like I watched that before.
I tried watching it and I wanted to put a gun in my mouth.
That movie's a tax write-off. That's really why it exists. It's a tax write-off. They literally made
It is a tax write-off.
So they went at the
It's like
that whole movie.
I'm just saying
that whole movie is cosplay, is what it is.
yes.
Shout
And then you got the two. You got the two Fantastic Four movies that were in the mid 2000s. They didn't suck, but they weren't good.
They just messed up
watchable.
They messed up Doom.
Do you know what? I think they get a lot of flack. I think they're very overhated.
I can rewatch them. I can rewatch.
They're watchable.
I'll say this: the characters in both movies are spot on.
They're okay. That's what I'm saying. They're okay.
They messed up Doom.
They're okay.
Doom is shit. I don't like Doom in those. That's not how Doom is supposed to act, bro.
Like they're okay. They're okay movies or whatever. They're not bad, but they're not great.
They gave Doom the Norman Osborn story as well.
He's like,
and then you have Fan Four Stick. And like that's strike 4 right there. Like you messed up your franchise 4 times in a row, bro. I don't know how you do it.
Where's the magic?
How do you? I want to know.
My man Cody, the biggest piece of dog shit. Yeah, that's what Fan Force.
I want to know. I need answers. How do you mess up more than X-Men with Dark Phoenix? I need to know. Like I need to have my answers right now.
Here's
like
the thing about Fantastic Four, it's not even hard to make Fantastic Four movie. It's not difficult at all.
I want to know how you mess up this franchise 4 times. But anyway, on a good note, I'm glad that Adam Driver is back or whatever. Like him being Reed Richards.
Crush this. Like think of the caliber of actor we're bringing in. I'm sorry, Marvel, you needed this. I'm not trying to downplay the actors that you brought into Phase 4. Seemingly, but right. I'm not trying to downplay them, but Adam Driver is an Oscar-worthy actor. That's a statement. That's good.
Margot Robbie too. She's won one.
And Margot Robbie as well.
And honestly, I was surprised that Adam Driver even wanted to do this thing because with the whole entire Star Wars thing, like I was thinking that he's not coming back to any big franchises or whatever. But
I think it's because it's a different company.
That tells me that he must be impressed by the script because I think Adam Driver doesn't just do like
really bad movies,
especially after he got burned by Star Wars. Like,
he only found that out.
Like,
also, they have what the fuck? No, I couldn't see for some reason. What the hell?
You
It happened to me
you
earlier.
good,
I
bro?
don't know.
You good?
StreamYard's bugging out.
No, I could. The screen was. I swear the screen was black.
Smile for the camera, motherfucker.
To me earlier.
I couldn't
I don't
see
know what's
anything.
going on.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but
StreamYard's bugging out, bro.
Yeah. For us,
yeah,
you
'cause
like
it's totally
stuck.
StreamYard.
add on to your point.
Time of day. I fucking.
Okay. Add on to your point there. I also think that Kevin must have sold him on the character of Reed to like he's gonna have big plans for like Reed's gonna be a focal point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that
And you've got Adam Driver as the center.
yeah.
Now I've seen a lot of people get butthurt about what about John Krasinski?
Oh, bro,
It's a
that's
cameo, dude.
simple.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's
It's a
simple.
cameo.
Literally,
He didn't want to do it.
said that. First off, to be a
You can
MC
also do
character.
Council of Reeds down the road, by the way. I'm just
He
saying.
can come. Yeah, he'll come back.
yes,
That's
but
another
also like John and he has like a thing where if he's not working on a movie, his wife is staying home with the kids.
Yeah.
If she's working on the movie, he's at home with the kids.
So
Yeah.
how they
You
both gonna be
can't commit to a 10-year long role like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where you have to
It's amazing.
film like
which
How
is
does he
fair.
act?
That's what it's called, compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
some of you guys ain't ready for that.
Oh,
Because if,
Well, I've
let's,
seen-
let's
actor.
say for the sake of argument, John Krasinski was signed on for 10 years. That means
Mm.
Emily Blunt can't have a career for 10 years because she's watching the kids. Like,
Mhm.
you gotta think
and
about
also
that.
like I've seen.
They're all gonna be teenagers by the time he comes back. Yeah.
I'm gonna call out some people on this
Ooh.
platform.
I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. We just call out people.
like
We
some
do what we do.
quote unquote
What we do.
scoopers
You
that
know.
don't like
What we do there.
Margot Robbie as Sue.
Plan 99.
Are you
Y'all
nuts?
tripping.
Like
Are you? I was say that again.
y'all tripping? Like
Y'all tripping.
Y'all trip.
Well, I mean,
Like,
you
listen.
are. Like, if you're saying that Margot
No.
Robbie is not a good choice for Sue, you're blind or stupid or both.
but
She can
also,
act, man. She could be serious.
she's
Misty J.
but also
She looks
What's
just
up
like
with-
her too.
Marvel fans are over here saying, "Oh, we want more unknowns." Well, you've been saying you want more A-list actors. When they give it to you, you complain.
Make up your
That's
mind.
What
satisfying.
you doing here? You got Adam Driver and Margot Robbie potentially.
Mhm.
At
They
this
reached
offer.
The Marvel is swinging big. They reached out to Paul Mescal for Johnny Storm as well, and Paul Mescal's a great actor. He's not really that well known yet, but he's been in some great films.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna be Gladiator 2.
Yeah, he had to turn it down for Gladiator 2, but they're trying to get they're not trying to. For all you guys that want these Outer Banks actors out there, No.
Hell
No,
to the no.
no disrespect, because I'm not gonna say those guys are bad actors, but
There's
Bro.
levels.
There's some good, and then there's some that you
There-
could
there's
do.
levels to this. You want that
I'm looking
guy-
at Adam right now. I was like, Adam.
Yeah. No,
I'm just saying.
there's some
No.
that are okay, they're good, and then the other ones, I'm pretty sure if they disappeared, no one would notice.
I'm
just saying.
talking about actors. There's levels to
Yeah,
things.
you can't.
Oh,
You can't.
but if they act, then they can be in the same.
RJ and Jacob know what I mean.
Driver.
RJ and Jacob know.
No.
You can't have a TV actor on the same stage as Adam Driver. You can't do
You
that.
can't do it.
Also-
the only one
I
that
don't
I
care
would
who
that
the
you
fuck
can really
is actor.
accept is Joe Keery.
Joe Keery as Johnny Storm. Now that
Yeah, oh hell yeah.
Now,
I'd love
yes.
that.
Margot Robbie.
Oh
That
my
is a
God,
casting choice in
Rose,
that.
Rose, if they get Adam Driver as Reed, Margot Robbie as Sue, Joe Keery as Human Torch, and contingent on the Thing, that right there is that's the makings of your future.
Because
Joe-
I'm gonna just gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring in the fan into Fantastic Four. Saw that. Yeah. This is your last time with the whole entire franchise. Like, no, I'm serious. This is the last time for Fantastic Four. You guys got to get it right, or
No,
else
if it
don't
doesn't
ever
work
do it
this
again.
doesn't work this time. It's cursed. Never touch it again. Like that's the only explanation.
It's like-
Yeah, this is like the Chelsea striker curse. Like,
It's like if you get you know what? I'm not even expecting a great movie. I just want it to be okay. I just need it to be
That's better than-
average.
That's better than all of them. That's better.
It's just good business.
And also, for more rumors for you,
It's just good business. Fantastic Four has been screwed over 4 times. Still want to know how you messed up on the Phoenix thing? Like you messed more up than the actual X-Men. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Like there's a first time for everything. Y'all need to get Fantastic Four correctly, man. Like
speaking of do-overs, they might be doing Galactus first. It seems like they are.
Yeah.
Seems like they're going to do Galactus right this time, which after the fart cloud shit last time.
Well, it seems like them and Transformers have learned their lesson because they're just going straight for Unicron and that as well. So you know,
I see people mad that they're doing Galactus first. If they are, like, here's the thing about Galactus: he's a big villain, yes, but he's not like Thanos or Kang.
He just eats planets. That's it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a personality.
Don't get me wrong.
Captivating.
You can make him an overarching villain, but not in the same way. Like you could, but the way they play it, depending on how executed it is, Thanos, Kang, Doom, even Magneto, Legion, Apocalypse, people like that.
There's levels.
There's levels. Galactus could be in that, but it very much depends on how they use him. So you could make Galactus an overarching villain.
He's more of a force of nature. He's not really villain per se. He's more like a force of nature.
People according to like that are close to like Marvel Circle, they've wanted A-list actors for like big actors for the Fantastic Four.
They wanted Denzel for Galactus.
They haven't replaced Chris and RDJ.
Yeah. Looking for the center of the universe. Like
if this falls through with Adam and potentially Margot, like that is
that's a loss.
Because you have
your
new core. You have Reed Richards, Spider-Man.
It's good, yeah. It's
Spider-Man will be around still. Probably Strange. And then whoever else.
Oh, seeing Benedict Cumberbatch opposite Adam Driver. Oh, I need it.
And like, here's the thing, like
that'd be so good.
People don't realize the Fantastic Four are one of the most important teams in Marvel Comics. Like,
the Marvel's first family.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm tired of the disrespect. I talk a lot about how I want to make DC great again. Make the Fantastic Four great again.
Because here's the thing, like Marvel had
time.
This isn't really their fault, but they had to work backwards because they didn't have the Fantastic Four, they didn't have the X-Men, they didn't have Spider-Man. They had to work reverse.
Which is kind of a blessing. And to be honest, it's kind of a blessing that they didn't.
Because now the secondary characters are stronger than they would have been. But
I'm optimistic with like them doing X-Men and Fantastic Four or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't like what they've been doing lately, but like except for Guardians was good. We'll talk about it in the next minute. But yeah, but like I said, this last chance, man. This is your last chance, Johnny. It's your last chance, Johnny.
Like if you get Adam Driver and Margot Robbie, like,
and also the writer of this movie wrote some of Avatar: The Way of Water and is writing Avatar 4. So he's a good writer. So yeah.
So
yes, oh man, you got yourself.
Fuck yeah.
Also, can we? I don't think they can we not. Can we not shoehorn Doom into this movie? Don't put Doom in this movie.
Yeah.
Please don't.
No, and just skip the origin. Just have them in the universe.
It's like what I want for Superman Legacy. Don't give me the origin again. Don't give me Lex Luthor again. Please don't. Like,
give me Superman Brainiac, please.
Like,
just speed up the process. Like if you don't know about how they transform, just
an origin story, and we've seen it a million times.
We get it. They were on a ship.
Like to cut through the
cosmic rays.
Get to the point.
Blah, blah. They were on the ship. There was cosmic rays. Blah blah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love a Kings of Pop Culture origin story, and I talk a lot about how it was a great origin. Like it really was. I mean, the memories. But sometimes you've got to go straight to Kings of Pop Culture episode 1, not the foundations of arguing about Sam. Like you got to go straight to the point. You know.
And I'm excited for the Fantastic Four, but obviously because if you keep on, the fan casting for this has been horrible. The fan casts have been constant. They've been terrible.
Yeah, they've been bad,
they're picking all the wrong people, and they're picking people that are like, ooh, Zac Efron. Fuck off.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron for Johnny Storm. Yeah, 15 years ago, maybe. He's old as shit now.
When he was younger, yeah. Now, no. Now he could be his dad. No.
Yeah, like
What the fuck was that?
What was that? What was that? What? Wait, what was that?
Wait, what happened there?
That's what that was.
No, wait, what happened there? There was like just we were all talking, and then all of us.
no, because I heard something. I heard it too.
I was just letting you guys speak.
Yeah.
I heard like
No,
some.
I was-
What? Maybe it was Adam. I don't know.
I don't know what
Wait,
that was.
wait, hang on. I need to see that again. How did? Wait, what?
But
Wait,
anyway,
no, sorry. We need.
I'm glad that they're finally getting the casting stuff together. Like they're starting to look at names.
It's nice to see them finally getting their shit together.
and I want to, and if they really, and real, like,
You shared the screen.
Now he could be his dad. No.
yeah, like,
What the fuck is?
What was that? What was that?
It's
that
just
I
people
heard,
looking
I
at
heard
each other
something.
like,
I was like, what the hell?
I shook my head like, what's going on? Who's watching?
I was
something?
just waiting.
Thing that we all hear is he's old enough to be his dad, and then we all just
Was that your Danny or it had to be Adam?
I don't know.
It wasn't me, because like I was just figuring out I was gonna let somebody speak. I was like, wait, what?
look at this.
Nah, but going back to Fantastic Four, like, you know what we need, bro? We need a Johnny Storm and Peter Parker friendship, bro. We need that brother.
Yes,
bro.
we do.
Yeah.
Throw Bobby Drake in there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the comics, they're roommates in college, and it's dope.
The three of them, that's good. You've got one for the Avengers, one for the X-Men, and one for Fantastic Four.
You know,
There's your connective tissue already. There you go, Marvel. Just
The
make
next big three. The next big three. Here we go.
Will they do it? We shall see.
depends on what
Oh.
age they go with for Johnny Storm. Like if they want to make him a bit younger to fit, like Tom.
we know they wanted Paul Mescal, and he's like Tom's age, right? So they're looking for like mid 20s, early 30s.
Marvel.
He's 27. Yeah, he's 27.
Yeah, so they're looking for Tom's
I'm
age
not
group.
27.
No.
Oh,
Paul
oh,
Mescal
right.
is.
Oh, right. Oh,
I mean, you're close enough.
damn it, Darius. Ouch.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but you kind of walked right into that.
I'm gonna put an idea out there. Go ahead, Jacob.
Wait, what'd you say, RJ?
I know that we all want him as.
Wait, no, what did you say beforehand?
I'm gonna put an idea out there.
Oh, fucking hell.
There you go. That's your line. I know we all want him as Robin. We desperately want him as Robin. But if he
I
doesn't
wouldn't
get
mind Tanner as Human
I
Torch.
wouldn't mind Tanner. Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
Tanner as
Yeah.
Sorry, I
You
stole your
can
line.
You can do it.
perfect. Like he would kill it.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say maybe Jacob Bertrand.
Yeah, he could too.
He could do it. Yeah.
I can see that.
It's breakfast time in
But
an
I
hour.
think I like Paul Mescal and well, he's not doing it now, but
He's in
Breakfast
Gladiator
time
too.
in about an hour.
Joe Keery would kill it, man.
Joe
He's
Keery,
perfect.
Joe Keery and Tom Holland. That charisma, right there.
That's right.
That's
Hey,
good
Joe
right there.
Keery will pull Johnny Storm off really well.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve. Let's be real. Steve basically is Johnny Storm. Pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think the Johnny and Ben Grimm thing is going to be the hardest to cast.
Also, I think Billy's actor could do it too. Billy from Stranger Things. Dacre Montgomery, I think his name is.
Oh, that's a good job.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes. He could. Oh, dude, he would nail it.
He's got that like cocky personality down.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Johnny in him in Stranger Things. Like this, the scene where he's about to go on a date with Mike's mom. Oh, dude, he out of Johnny. Like, that was Johnny.
He's basically Johnny if Johnny was an asshole.
With the toothpick in the car. That's Johnny right there,
And
man.
leather jacket and all of that jazz. He's got it all there.
It's a younger Johnny, basically.
Yeah. If Johnny was a bit more of a dick.
Well, we don't know what happened in between Cobra Kai and there, so it could have been that.
Get up.
Get up.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Like, think about 2025 as a year. We're basically getting all the classic superhero. We're getting Superman, Fantastic Four,
Batman.
We're going back to the old school.
probably Spider-Man 4 as well. So like that's a year. Like,
And enough of
the
these
Batman
TV shows.
yeah.
The Batman Part 2.
The Batman Part 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So We're getting all the classic heroes in a year, bro. That's pretty dope. Regardless of what you see, we like both here, so we can enjoy DC.
I love the way he said it. It's like we like both.
We like both here, so we can enjoy.
We like both here.
Pointed. He said we like
We
both.
like both here.
We enjoy.
We like both.
Like, I'll be there day one for Fantastic Four and for Superman. Like
No one saw
both.
that. But
For me, it will be Batman and Superman. Fantastic Four, maybe.
Hey,
Just maybe.
hey,
But we like
Maybe.
both.
Hey man, listen. I got 0 for 4 for fantastic movies, bro. Like you gotta see it from my perspective.
Day one for Batman, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and Superman Legacy. That's day one. Opening night. Opening night.
Yeah.
Silver Age is coming back, people. That's a Silver Age of comics right there.
It's like Fantastic Four is a maybe. Spider-Man, definitely. Superman and Batman, of course, and everything. Fantastic Four, man, I've been hurt too many times. 4 times.
Fourth time's the charm. Or fifth time, technically.
Like,
Fifth time.
Fifth time.
The first one doesn't count. They made that for taxes, bro. That doesn't count. Okay.
Hey man, like listen, I can't erase it from my eyes, Darius. I can't erase it from my eyes. Okay.
Coffee.
No one told you to go. No one told you to find it. No one.
Listen,
told you to
listen. It was on public. It was on public television. It was.
They aired that shit on TV.
I did not know what I was watching. Okay, like it was bad.
Put that on TV. That's crazy.
Right then. It smells like fucking coffee. Where's the coffee? Where's the coffee? Smell.
If you really want to laugh, go watch '90s Captain America. That shit is hilarious.
That is the funniest.
Oh no! Tell him to watch. Tell him to. That show, Darius.
The what?
You remember the Flash show?
Oh, with because in the Flash, it's Barry's dad and the new one.
Yeah, Barry's dad is the original guy. John
that show was weird as fuck, bro. That's a weird show.
Or no, watch the old school Incredible Hulk with Mark Ruff.
That's hilarious.
Riff from Rigno.
Bro, 1970 Spider-Man. When he's like,
do you guys remember Iron Man back in the 70s? He was a straight up robot.
Also, speaking of 90s Fantastic Four, underrated, good show.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the cartoon is good.
Fantastic Four.
The Silver Surfer episodes especially dope.
Yeah, but. I guess we can.
Cosmic with Adam Warlock and everything. Silver Surfer.
Annihilators.
Well, we could talk about
Annihilators. Running up to that.
I guess we can switch to the Guardians.
Said, before we start delving into it, I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet. I'm hoping to see it later today.
So you gotta go.
Then I can tune into it and I can watch it. I already know one thing was spoiled for me, but it's not something that I knew. I knew, it's still going to be heartbreaking to see it unfold. But these guys will give you their review. Spoiler warning. You have been warned. There will be spoilers in this segment. For the whole movie. So I'm probably not going to be able to look at the chat for a little while. And look at that one instead. So that'll be fun. But these guys will take the fort from here. So, gentlemen, take it away and message me when you're done.
Got you, big dog. Thank you, Jacob, for giving us the stream. Finally.
Anyway, watch your mouth. We talked about this. It's like, the revolution will be. I don't believe it. It'll be live.
Fuck it.
Let's.
You can't stop the revolution, Jacob. It's progress. You can't stop progress.
Sorry, but I want to be white energy. That's what.
What do you mean by that? Well, Jacob, you're revisiting the things that happened last week.
I am the high evolutionary, bro. This is progress. Okay, we're evolving.
Hey, listen, from everything I've heard about that arsehole, he's a piece of shite. You sure you want to be the high evolutionary?
You're goddamn right, I do.
My goodness.
This guy woke up this morning. He was white.
Turn to the high evolutionary.
I hate raccoons. They get in my trash, bro. I'm so tired of them, bro.
Yeah, if you're from the South, you don't really like raccoons like that. But anyway,
talk about the movie.
We are talking about the movie. We're talking about raccoons. That's what this movie's about.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
Anyway, okay. All right, Jacob, are you about to hit off, sir? Because like we're about.
I'm tempted to wait till it hits 140, like 140. Bang on, just for consistency's sake.
One minute of
Right. Okay. So 50 seconds of mayhem. Adam, Danny, RJ, Darius. Someone do something.
Oh,
Scott's
what the
Logan
hell?
should be the leader of the X-Men. Anyway, like
Fuck you.
Ah, hell no.
100%.
Scott
Yeah,
Summers is a
man.
bitch. Scott Summers is a bitch.
Remind me what movie is coming out soon with not one but two versions of a bitch that is relating to a character of yours.
And he's the first leading man in the history of movie to be in every single scene.
I love you, boys. That was a low blow. I'm sorry.
You know it was a low
Have fun.
blow.
Have fun talking about the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you better dip out. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, dip out. Go ahead.
I'll take you with
all
me.
right.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let Danny go.
Love you,
Okay,
Darius.
so all right, guys. Go ahead talk about the Guardians 3 movie. I think we all have different opinions on it, or whatever. Like, I think in general we all like it, or whatever. Am I right?
I can
Yeah.
I can
Overall
see you,
consensus,
so
yeah.
if you stick your
I
middle
love
finger
it. I
up
love
at me,
it,
I'll
actually.
know.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So, basically, man, for me, I enjoyed it or whatever, but like compared to the other two, like I'm like right in the middle of it. Like I got like for me it was like a 7.5 or whatever, like almost an 8, but like I put the Guardians one so high, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like that was such an anomaly, man. Like that. Guardians of the Galaxy is odd. Like this should not have been like a big franchise in my opinion or whatever. But it took off. James Gunn, they gave James Gunn a chance, and we're here. But yeah, overall, like I enjoyed the movie. I give it like a 7.6, 7.5 or whatever. It's not better than the first one, but it's way better than the second one. It's just right down in the middle. Like that's just my rating. We just get out our ratings first, and then we could talk about the ratings or whatever, and then then we could just go into the movie. Yeah. Adam, your go. Yeah.
See, for me, like overall, it is a good movie. Like it has been the best one since because you've been watching Marvel movies. It's the best one for a very long time. I would rank it about 8 out of 10 for me, funnily enough. But for me, it's just a good movie overall. But it wasn't like mind blowing to me either. So it was like it's in one of those like categories where it's like it's good, it's enjoyable, and it tugs on the heartstring.
Yeah. You, Mr. Moon, if you're there, it's your go. All right, Darius, it's your go.
All right. So rating, I just saw this yesterday afternoon, by the way, so it's still fresh in my head. But I have to give it an 8.5, 8.75.
Okay.
Somewhere in that range. Like it's definitely the best since No Way Home. Still like No Way Home better. That might just be because I'm a Spider-Man fan, so
Yeah.
But like, yeah, 8.5, 8.7. I think it's like. I think the first one, I might have nostalgia bias for the first one just because of like the legacy of that movie.
It was not supposed to do good.
I definitely like it better than the second one.
Oh yeah.
But it's close with the first one, but I'll give the slight edge to the first one, but it might change when I rewatch them all. But yeah. That's my 8.5, 8.75. Gotta watch it again.
Okay.
Probably will. But yeah. It's time for Grant Williams. It's time for Grant Williams to go.
Thank you, Mos Def.
You got it, bro.
I really, really enjoyed that. This movie it has what I like to call like a conclusion. Like it is a this movie really pulls at the heartstrings.
Mhm.
I teared up a couple times, and I even going
It
into
is sad.
It's a sad movie. Like
It's sad, but not in the way you think. Not in the
Yeah,
way you think it would be, but it's sad.
but like
yeah,
this is I gotta say this. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, this is his best performance by far.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
There is a scene where he
Like you can feel the you can feel the emotion, bro. Like I was in the like when what happened to Rocket or whatever. This is getting into spoiler territory. Like if you haven't left, well, it is what it is. Take a hike. You know how we do it. Like Rocket gets like hurt fighting Adam Warlock, of course, or whatever, and you literally see because he's like Star-Lord is so hurt that he wasn't there to protect his friend. Like this man broke down in tears, bro. Like it's crazy.
That scene where they're all sitting around like Rocket's like bedside when he's trying to wait, they're waiting for him to wake up, and he's dying.
Yeah.
Like that's
and
like Star-Lord's like yelling and shit. He's like, no. I'm like, I'm not. I'm like, bro, that almost got me because I was like, damn. Because you got to think about it from his he watched his mom die like that, like in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
It comes full circle. Like he's like, no, we fighting for this.
Not this time.
But I loved it when Rocket got up to hug him after. That was very emotional. Like, James Gunn can make you emotional over a hug. Like
Yeah.
And what they do with Rocket, this movie, Rocket Raccoon, along with Star-Lord, is up there with Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Black Widow. Those guys right there.
Yeah.
Best character, right? Some of the best character writing in a minute.
Best characters in the MCU. Those 6 characters right there. Best written characters in the MCU. And Rocket's story is so
sad, bro.
It is very sad.
Like, I'm gonna say something, and I think you guys are agree. This is the first Marvel movie. This is the first Marvel villain I've hated. Like, I hated High Evolutionary so goddamn. I hated that.
Yeah, he was
every time he's on screen, dude. Like when he's like mocking Rocket, like after Lila gets shot, and he's like, "Oh, boo hoo!" I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, nah, bro.
Like, I was like, nah.
I hated that prick. Like,
couldn't stand him, man.
Now I know I talked to RJ about this and Adam and Shamoon about this yesterday about like the High Evolutionary. Like to me, like would you guys say that he'll be a memorable, like a top memorable villain in the MCU? Because to me, I'm not sure or whatever. Like he'll in that
memorable for the Guardians movie specifically, but when it comes to the overarching villains, he won't be put up there at the same level.
He's not Thanos.
Because like I was saying, like when I was telling them guys when I first watched it, I thought he's kind of mid or whatever, not in a bad way, but like I'm just like looking overall for the MCU type of movie or whatever. Like if you compare him to Z,
he's not up there with Thanos. He's not up there with Green Goblin,
Loki, Killmonger,
Zemo.
Up there with those guys. Like, no.
But like the thing
is he an absolute douche? Yes.
Yeah.
The thing about the Guardians movies is like I'm not saying this as a criticism. None of the villains are that great.
Yeah.
Like
Alan was talking about that yesterday. Yeah.
That's not James Gunn. I'm not saying he's bad at writing villains, but he doesn't really focus on them. Like they're not the point.
He's not the main. They're not the main plot point.
Yeah. It's mostly about the characters. It's not really about like the villains.
Yeah.
Like,
he does characters and dynamics really well. It's more.
I think these are James Gunn's 2 weaknesses, in my opinion. Is one, when it comes to villains, he doesn't let them be full out villains, and when it comes to like those masculine characters, he doesn't let them be masculine. It has to they can't be serious. Like for instance, I love Drax or whatever, but in my opinion, what was the point of his character in the franchise after, like, even though he was supposed to face Thanos or whatever, we never got that or whatever. Like, I just felt like he was just, there, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just there to be community relief. He's just the muscle, but like, I kind of wanted Drax to, get like the actual like Drax the Destroyer that we know from the comics. You feel me? Like, you know, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing or whatever, but I'll have love to see Drax being like his comic accurate self or whatever. I think that was just a lost opportunity. Yeah.
It's because for better or worse, James Gunn made the Guardians. He basically made them as characters. Because let's be real, in the comics, Guardians have been around, but no one knew who the fuck they were. Like no one knew who the Guardians were.
Facts.
Like,
This is true.
They were D-list characters. They were D-list characters. And no one gave a shit. They changed them, to be real. Like people knew. The only one I knew before Guardians was like Rocket Raccoon, because Rocket was in a lot of video games, like Marvel vs. Capcom and shit. And he's been in some comics I read before. But like,
yeah, he made them the MCU Scooby Doo.
But sometimes that works. But like other times, like you said with Drax, like it doesn't work the most. But with High Evolutionary, like from what I know of High Evolutionary in the comics,
he got high evolutionary correct.
Pretty much what he's like. He's basically an egotistical prick, obsessed with genetics.
Yeah.
In the comics, he just experiments on shit. Like he nailed it. But like, I get what you mean. Like he's not in that like Thanos, Loki, Killmonger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in that tier. He's more on like the Ultron tier to me. Like Ultron
type of.
They're a good villain. They're good villains. And like, but they're kind of like middle of the pack, not like bad, but like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Because that's how I felt. It's like, okay, like like when I was watching the movie, I seen better. That's why I kind of just saying like, that's why I kind of graded like a 7.5 or whatever. Because like, it's like I felt like I wanted more from the High Evolutionary, just a little bit more. I wanted more from Drax, and I wanted more from Adam Warlock a little bit or whatever. But overall, I enjoyed my experience because like I like the ending for all characters or whatever. Like, you know, I like the fact that, you know, Gamora, you know, she kind of was being kind of a female dog.
I liked it.
It's like, even though she was kind of being a female dog or whatever, I liked it for what it was because it actually made sense. She's not the same Gamora. Yeah, she's not the same Gamora.
You can look at it from her perspective. Yeah. Like, imagine you're in a new world. It's the future.
Yeah.
Everyone's expecting you to act a certain way and be a certain way. Like, I don't know these people. Who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know you. Like, everyone's expecting something of you, and they're not asking you what you want for yourself. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Did she go a little far with it, with the shooting people and shit like that?
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm pulling those brains out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's supposed to happen that way. I understand. Like, you know, she doesn't know Peter. Like, she doesn't know. There's no connection whatsoever. So she's acting like she never knew. So like,
that's one of the funnier things. Is
Star-Lord like humanizes her when he meets like after she like meets him and stuff. And the first Guardians, and like she gets. And Groot kind of humanizes her too. Like, they touched upon her and Groot like at the end where she said goodbye to Groot, because people forget like they have like that mother and son kind of relationship, like her and Groot.
Yeah.
So. And they kind of do hint that she still has some of the same tendencies as old Gamora.
Yeah.
She understands Groot on like the whole movie. She can't understand a word Groot says, but like at the end, she just understands what he said. Like it's like an instinct. She kind of is the old Gamora, but she's not.
She's not.
Yeah.
Also,
that's perfectly fine. That was perfectly fine. Like I like the balance or whatever. Like to me, it was a little overboard with the screaming, but like overall, that wasn't like the oh man, she sucks type of thing. Nah, she did good or whatever. That made sense. But you know who I liked was Nebula, man. Nebula stole the show, in my opinion.
She was holding it down.
She was holding it down. Like.
That's one of the things I do like about it is that they played it off, like especially like the whole Gamora stuff. I love the joking about like, "Are you sure it was me? Are you sure it wasn't Nebula?" And you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
and it's because it's like 50-50 contrast. You're like,
so
"What?"
Awkward. They were both like, "What? No!" Like,
and then
he's like, he says, "I like your eyes." Like,
she's like, Thanos took my eyes out and gave me these. He was like, it was a pretty set of eyes.
It's a pretty set of eyes. Like,
yeah, it's like she was taking on the sort of more of the mother role as well. Like she was one.
You know who was a standout though? Mantis.
Oh,
yeah.
When Mantis told Nebula off, I was like,
yo,
it's
about time. It's like
so mean.
Why are you so mean?
He was like, you try to find imperfections in other people to make you feel better about yourself. I was like, damn.
Ooh.
That's some deep shit right there.
A lot of people
Good
actually
job,
need to hear
Mantis.
that as well, so very true.
Yeah, there's a lot
Let's
of
be
people
honest,
like that in
bud.
real life that criticize and nitpick everybody, and they do it to feel better about themselves. And like, I
Yeah.
hope you get a reality check after that. There's a lot of people like that.
Mantis was
That's what
basically right and wrong because like Nebula had a point. Like, why did y'all freaking leave? God,
Drax was being an idiot.
Yeah.
In that.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
like, you should have
But
been
that's
about that, Darius. I said he does something stupid in this movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was just my thing. I was saying like, man, this is the last movie. Can we like give Drax like his like just like a little bit of his origin story, just a tad bit? Like, let him just be a straight up destroyer, man. Like,
Yeah.
didn't
I
really
love
get
the
it, but
line-
it's all right.
the line where they
To be
said
fair,
at the
he rode a
end-
motorbike.
They said at the end, Nebula said you weren't meant to be a story, you were meant to be a father. I do love
that
that.
did because considering he lost his daughter, like I think that meant a
Yeah,
lot.
I understand, but that's just the
Second chance of being a pops.
that's just the masculine side talking.
I do
agree.
agree
He
that
should have had
like
he's
he
missing a
could have
moment.
like cut out like some of the the comedy with him. I was like, okay, we keep resorting to like this the same old Drax. Like, can we get it?
Yeah, so because and like I think everybody's story was good or whatever. Like, I'm glad that nobody died, but like part of me, just a tad part of me, kind of wanted somebody to die and everything. You know what I'm saying? For emotional sake or whatever.
That's
But
why I actually
overall,
like that it didn't happen
you
though,
were gonna
because so
say
many
that.
people, so many people expected it that
Just a
they've done
tad
the
bit.
opposite. That's why I liked why they didn't do it though, because
I
how
wouldn't
many
be
times are we going to
surprised.
see this stuff? Like,
I
how
would be
many
surprised
times
if
is it
they
going to
put a
be?
I would be surprised if they put a Cobra Kai and they film people. I feel like they filmed people dying and they just didn't do it. I feel like they
Yeah.
actually did.
Yeah.
Like,
I
there's
think
moments in this
that-
movie where it's like I feel like Drax died at first in that scene where he got shot. Like I feel like originally
yeah,
they were gonna kill him, but then they were like,
yeah.
like I feel like that's what happened.
I do.
It's like I was saying, like, okay, Marvel, you gotta protect them assets. Hey, man, we're gonna need these characters down the line, bro. Like, we can't be killing off nobody.
I feel like we're gonna get a legendary Star-Lord movie, like from the Solo.
Yes.
I think that's happening. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be in King Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because there's a story in the comics where Star-Lord basically retires from being a
Yeah,
he's like it's called
a
Star-Lord
guardian.
Ground, where he's like he's on Earth and he's like doing shit on Earth and he's trying to figure stuff out. I think that's
They put him on
basically,
Earth for a reason. Yeah. On purpose.
he's trying to rediscover himself and like
Yeah, so
without
I think-
Gamora. So I feel like-
Yeah,
I think that Avengers team that we've seen like that got leaked. I think they're gonna I think that's gonna be changed. I think Star-Lord and maybe even Rocket will be on that team.
Yeah.
Rocket's
Yeah.
coming back for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
for
like
sure.
Rocket, Groot, and Star Lord definitely on the team. Whatever.
Adam Warlock as well. Well, Adam.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, Adam Warlock. Well,
Here's my
See,
theory.
okay, wait.
Like I feel like they're building up to the next cosmic team won't be the Guardians anymore. It'll be like the Annihilators. So we'll have Warlock, Nova,
yeah,
probably Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I think it'll be that or like Guardians of the Multiverse type thing.
Better Ray Bill.
Yeah.
Better Ray Bill will probably be around.
He's coming.
It's like, I kind of really wish that they would have gave like Adam Warlock just a little bit more. Like I said, like
Yeah.
He needed a little more. He needed a little more.
I think a little bit more, but
I thought he
I'm
was
glad
just a
they
little
made
bit
him
more.
a
Not too
character.
much to take away from the movie. It's just like, yeah, like it's just one of those things that
I didn't think
I was gonna say it's one of those things that the MCU does is whatever when they bring in a new character and we're supposed to get excited for this thing and they didn't really deliver it. That's kind of how I felt from.
I didn't think that he needed to be in this movie. I feel like he kind of took away from some of the like starting to see.
Yeah.
Like
It made me laugh. Like he in that scene where he goes.
It's funny.
Yeah,
I guess. It's Marvel humor. If you know Marvel humor, you know what it's like. So.
Get
I mean,
used
I
to
can-
it, sir.
This is kind of a James Gunn humor thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, where he's like, why is he acting like a big dumb baby? Because you took him out of the pod early.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like that's the thing about James Gunn when it comes to like serious characters like Drax and Adam Warlock. It's like this person's a serious character, but like there's like with James Gunn, he has to put some humor into him, bro. He can't help himself.
I feel like when Adam Warlock appears in like something else, he'll be more serious because you have to remember in this movie he's kind of a baby, like literally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and the thing
is,
is,
do that going forward, make him more serious.
Yeah.
As
I
well.
felt like he kind of like he was just shoved in. Like they're like, okay, like yeah, you got to put him in here. It's like,
I think the thing with
like,
Adam
okay,
Warlock, though,
it's sort of like how they forced Venom into like the Raimi trilogy. Like, why are you here? Like,
I don't
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he was executed that bad, but I
he wasn't.
But
I just feel like
it wasn't like on that bad of a level. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's kind of like, why are you here? Like,
it felt like Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, where it's
but also,
okay,
I kind of feel like his arc kind of got rushed too. Like he was already a part of the new Guardians. I was like, no, like that didn't sell me. Like I was like,
yeah, because I was the same way. I was like,
I felt
okay, like I get it. Like I understand. You like Kevin talked to James like, hey man,
I hope everyone in the
I know
chat
you got to go to the different company.
Review.
It's like, I know you're going to a different company. I wish you the best. Hey man, like I need you to put this guy in the movie, and you can't kill anybody off. Look, anything else you can do whatever you want, man. Just just don't do that. Like,
so Shimeen, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say the stuff with Adam. I think, I wanted a little bit more, but I'm glad he didn't take the limelight too much, like Wanda did with Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
like, that's the good thing. James Gunn wasn't going to do that. It's literally about the Guardians. This film,
they could have shoved to set up shit in here. Like they could have shoved Nova in this shit if they wanted to.
But no, that's the thing. Like basically, he wanted to focus the story in the Guardians. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy, not Adam Warlock and the Galaxy. You know what I mean? So
make sure we're all getting equal turns.
Yeah, exactly, mofos. But yeah, no,
that sounds pretty communist, Jacob.
I think he's just trying to be fair. If I'm honest,
that sounds pretty commie of you.
Of course, that guy says that.
You.
No,
man,
sounds pretty commie of you, comrade.
I think, like RJ said, because he's not like, because when Adam has his longer hair, he's gonna be like the full version. He'll be even more OP. He'll be ready for all the cosmic stuff. So
he just needs to develop and like grow.
Yeah, it just needs to develop, and it just depends on who's writing and who's the director or whatever. Because like in this, because it's James Gunn's movie or whatever. Like
James Gunn movies, everyone acts a little sillier.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
Edgar Wright, get that motherfucker to do the next film if they do another film.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah,
dude, that'd be a redemption for him not doing Ant-Man.
Edgar, because he uses music in the same way James Gunn does. Like
exactly.
So
yeah.
Who else are we forgetting? I feel like we're forgetting somebody. Oh yeah, Groot. Groot was awesome in this.
Groot was bad ass, bro.
Groot was he was a Chad, bro.
Yeah.
When he turned into a giant that scared like the locals away.
When he did this, when Solo was like, "No, now kill them," but
Groot. In the hallway scene, that was
no sleep.
The hallway scene.
No sleep. So Brooklyn.
I have to preface
something. And you already know the Beastie Boys is saying like, "Dang, those residual checks are gonna go up now, man." Like
they were in Mario, they were in this, they were in the Marvel trailer too. They're in everything now. The Beastie Boys.
No, Groot and Star-Lord, their relationship.
Look at that. Dawn is breaking.
Up when
it's a brand new day, Rick.
You got Star-Lord wanting Groot to come with him instead of Drax. He's like, no, you know what to do with these. And Groot was like, yeah. Like, I freaking love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And then that car scene, get in the fucking car.
How?
Yeah.
Man.
And I think the last part before we like make our transition is like we gotta talk about like Rocket and his friends or whatever. I think we gotta talk about that part because like that part was like the saddest part of the whole
That's
entire
true.
movie, bro.
Every time they
I'd
they
love
went
to be
to a
involved in this
flashback
conversation.
scene, I was just like, no, please God, no. Can we stop? Like, this is hurting my
Donut.
I'm like, no.
Dude, when I heard like Rocket crying when he's getting worked on, bro, I was like, oh my goodness, bro. Like,
When
you evil.
when High Evolutionary shot Lila, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, yo,
Why'd you do that to the otter? What did Lila do to you? Like,
Bro, I was pissed. I hated what happened to his other friends.
yeah, they killed him, bro. I was like, damn. And then like you see like he turns the turtle into a fucking monster. I was like, bro, what? Like High Evolutionary, like I said, that dude is a prick, dude. Like there is nothing
Yeah.
redeeming at all. Like
the actor is good though. Like, he's a good actor, man. Like,
Yeah.
I hated him. And when he started saying like, "Oh, I am God," I was like, "Yo, bro, you need to."
yeah.
I was like,
Would
It's
anyone
just like I
some
was.
breakfast?
some Victor Frankenstein type shit. He's like a mad
Yeah.
scientist. Like I was like, "Yo, you need to chill the fuck out."
He was pretty much acting like any other dictator or whatever. Like, at first he had a good passion. At first, like, he was set out to do the right thing. But as soon as he got that power, and power is powerful, people,
Yeah,
like, it changes you. That's what happened with the High Evolutionary. He's like, oh man, like, okay, I can do a little bit better. No, I could do a little bit better. You know what? I am God. What you talking about? I made all of you guys, and they're, yeah. So
you gotta look
that's
at
been,
just think about all the good he could have done. He could have eliminated diseases. He could have eliminated like
Yeah.
birth defects. But he decided, no, I'm gonna make things the way I want it to be because I know
Yeah.
what's best. And I
Yeah.
think that's very interesting, and it's kind of like a commentary on like science now. Like we can
Yeah.
do a lot of shit, but should we?
but we choose it. Yeah.
Like,
But that's
should
not, can we talk about
Just look at Jurassic Park, and I'll leave it right there. Like,
talk about how this man he was basically combining humans and animals. That is messed
yeah.
up.
bro, he made a world of living beings, and when he didn't turn out the way he wanted it to, he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll start over. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, bro?
He
Like,
did mass genocide, bro. Mass genocide. Yeah.
he
Let's
literally
just
blew
say
up a
Peter
planet.
would not be happy with this movie.
They
Oh,
weren't.
no. You know what the funny thing is?
They actually
Peter
put out a
loves it.
statement today. They actually liked it.
They loved
Wait,
it.
Really?
No,
They liked it.
They said it shows animals as individuals, and basically they like that it comes out against animal abuse.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
What? Okay.
is this the one time they actually make sense? Yay! Woohoo!
Yeah.
We've got them.
We're making
We've got them.
progress. Woo!
Actual progress for once.
Rare W to PETA, I guess.
Yeah,
Pop it up. I guess we could transition.
but yeah, we can transition to the final
Shimon,
thing.
have you got any more thoughts before we transition?
Shamoon, yeah. What you gotta say?
ZZ.
I don't.
You got any more thoughts before we transition?
I think that was it. I guess. Yeah, I mean, the animal stuff. I guess one thing I'll point out is if you have a pet and you see them scenes, it hits you even harder because
I wanted to hug my dog, bro.
people know that I have bunnies, and seeing like
Hello.
Floor and seeing like Floor in that state, I was like, God damn! I just imagine my bunnies like that, and it's just,
Hello, Loki.
bro, it's horrible. I gotta bring Loki on.
Yeah,
Don't touch
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, the animal stuff was pretty intense. Like they pushed
Yeah.
that PG
They
rating
pushed
pretty far. They pushed
Yeah,
it
that
man.
pretty-
Listen, I was so happy when Rocket start whooping that mother.
Open it. Yeah.
I was like, yo.
No, you know what I love though? I love
When
when
they
said
when they
the
jumped
name's
him,
Rocket.
man, they jumped. They
When he
jumped.
said,
Yeah.
no, they all whooped his ass, and he was like, the name
Yeah.
Rocket, Raccoon.
Raccoon.
That's why I love it. Gamora ripped his face off. I was like,
I know
yo.
that this road has been very hard.
God.
Okay then.
With his face, bro, his face was fucked up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that was
Face.
creepy as fuck.
He looked like the Red Skull.
Yeah, like, what did you do to your face? Jesus.
Yeah, he could have played Red Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't High Evolutionary in the comics like he's got red head?
Yeah, he's basically
he's a red.
So that was a slight reference to that.
Also, in the comics, in the comics, he's kind of responsible for the mutants because he's Mr. Sinister's like mentor.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and he did say he went to Earth before, so they could.
They're gonna tie that back. They're definitely gonna tie that back.
Yeah.
He said he's been to Earth.
If you had the
Because basically
X-Men theme, then you would know.
He met Mr. Sinister in like the 1800s because Mr. Sinister's like a
Yeah.
he met Mr. Sinister in the 1800s, and basically.
Oh, by the way, if you're gonna do X-Men, just start out with Mr. Sinister. Just a thought from an X-Men fan. Just a thought. Yeah.
The one thing we haven't seen yet, please.
But,
Yeah, they're gonna.
I guess we could transcend to the final topic of our Cobra Kai segment.
Jacob, you can come back now.
Come in.
Come back.
Come back.
Come back. Wolverine should be the leader. James Norton is not that great.
Wait, I can. Oh shit! Well, fantastic. Oh, this is brilliant. I was seeing that view counter just go down and down and down and down.
We're here.
We're here. I hope the Minions gave you a good review of Captain America. No, I'm joking. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm looking forward.
What do you mean by that, Jacob? What do you mean by
high evolutionary?
Yeah, of course.
You mean your unpaid workforce? Is that what you're calling us?
Or freeloaders like yourselves to pull on my stream with. So here's to you people. Okay.
Excuse you people.
Whoa, you people.
You.
Whoa.
I'm a hater.
Listen. Before anyone says anything, it's nearly an hour. It's an hour from 6 a.m. It's nearly breakfast time.
We told you.
So, right. But I will not have any gaslighting any further. So
you're gaslighting us. Hold on, let's not get it twisted here.
Oh no, I just up front. No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Anyway,
we don't do that here.
We don't do that here. This is
Jacob,
why it works
there's one solution to this.
People, because
The
we're
final
all.
solution?
Another awkward silence, goddammit. Right, anyway, I hope the review of Cobra Jesus, my head's out of it. I hope the review of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was good. Can't wait to check it out today and then rewatch the last, half an hour or however long it was to see what takes were spread in my absence. I'm looking forward. I really, really enjoyed that. Now, Danny, what's the next item on the agenda, sir? And also, making sure we all get our turns to talk.
Okay, the final part of this subject, so Jacob can be able to go to sleep and have his breakfast.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, San Diego.
Yeah, the UK lot need to fucking sleep.
I know, right? God damn.
Anyway, like I was saying, Cobra Kai, the cast and the crew, they're about to get ready they're already started filming. Am I right, guys? Like that's what's going on.
Yeah, it's been delayed for another few months.
Or that's what's going on, or whatever. Like, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I don't know if it's delayed or they're still filming. I don't know.
The writer's strike has kind of put the whole thing in a state of like.
Yeah, the writer's strike's kind of throwing everything up in a bit of a blender.
Basically, it's slowing it down, but they're still filming what they can.
So I'm going to explain this in like the simplest terms. The way the writer's strike works is that most writers in Hollywood are part of the what's called the Writers Guild of America, which is basically like a protection for all writers, or representation for all writers, kind of a union.
It's like the CBA for players in a league, basically.
Yeah. But what's happening right now is they're campaigning for better pay and more secure positions. So the strike is in effect. So if you're part of the Writers Guild, you cannot you can't write anything for production while the strike is going on, or you'll be removed from the guild and sanctioned and fined. Jesus. And so basically what that means is John, Josh, and Hayden, like if they were to be on set and there needs to be rewrites, they can't rewrite that themselves. They can't write anything new for Cobra Kai. They can be on set, but like they can't rewrite anything.
Yeah.
So what a lot of productions are doing is just closing down because they feel like we need rewrites. We want our writers to be able to do the rewrites. So we're just going to shut down until this blows over. Some people kept going because they're like, well, just hire non-guild writers to do rewrites if we need them. It's a shit show. Like,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't think that this strike is going to last as long as the 07, 08 one.
Yeah, that one was long. That went on for ages.
Because the thing is, they're going to have to, like, come to an agreement because the more you slow down production, you're slowing down time. Like, they're gonna have to come to an agreement. Like, these studios are gonna budge. And my issue is this: streaming is not making these studios money.
Yep.
no.
They won't even give out the numbers about like some of these streaming.
And not just that, streaming is affected as well because shit
Yeah.
like Kopc, Stranger Things, they're shut
Yeah.
down too. Like
Yep.
they can't go.
You can also go to like Matt Damon's interview and he talked about it or whatever about how streaming is not good for the actors either or whatever because they don't get the residuals like that
Yeah.
either.
Not good
So
for the writers.
like
That's the main reason this is happening.
yeah.
This
Now to me, like I'm like always looking on both sides or whatever. Like I'm not fully gonna take writer's side. I'm not fully gonna take the studio side because like for the studio's point of view, they're probably like looking at this like, okay, you guys haven't like some of y'all guys don't deserve a raise. Some of y'all just suck. Like that just is what it is or whatever. I mean, we seen some of y'all ain't that great.
We've seen some stuff.
I've looked at
We've
the
seen some
terms,
stuff.
and basically the writers they want a higher base salary. Like they want because, I'm gonna be real.
As it should.
A lot of writers, whether they're good or not, don't get paid shit. I'm just gonna be real.
It ain't easy to fucking write as well.
They need to get
Even the best writers you ever heard of,
Agreed.
even the best writers, you probably never heard of them. First off, because they don't get enough attention, and second off, they get a
Writers
lot of
never
money.
get any credit or respect, and it's something that really winds me up.
Yeah.
Whenever
Like,
everyone
don't
talks about a
do it.
movie, it's always about the actors. It's always about the directors. No one ever mentions.
Yeah.
Unless
Who wrote
it's bad.
You know what? Unless the movie sucks, then they look your name up like this is your fault, even if your
Yeah,
script
it's
was
all,
wrong
it's
out.
all on you. Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. That's why I just say like not everything is cut and dry because like I always like look at everything or whatever. It's like I'm not gonna sit here and say that like like every writer deserves like the same amount as this writer right here because if this guy like did better than this guy right here, that other writer should get paid more or whatever. Like because it's all independent contracting at the end of the day.
Equal footing.
it's just
So I'm
sorry this is happening, but I'm glad it's happening because hopefully this gets Hollywood to wake up and be like, yo, we need to stop doing this shit because
I mean, it's one of them kind of things where it's a necessary evil, isn't it? It's like it's not what anyone wants to do, but it's the only way of like pushing people in a call to arms of like, okay, this shit's got to stop.
I don't know if people remember, but the last time we got a writer's strike, we got some bad. We got Revenge of the Fallen. Revenge of the Fallen was terrible because the writers, like the people that were gonna write it, dipped out at the beginning of production.
Be terrible anyway.
Rather than stop, they were like, you know what? What if we just hired a bunch of shitty writers?
Just did a me.
So like, but in terms of Cobra Kai, John, Josh, and Hayden, I'm hearing conflicting things. Like one day I hear we're gonna keep going. Next day I hear we're shut down. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's weird.
I know that the costumes have been made or whatever. Like
the thing is,
I think they're doing everything they can do. Like costume
that's what
design.
I was saying. Like I think they're filming what they can without guys. But the thing is, there's going to be episodes they obviously direct, so they can't do certain episodes. It's just they're going to have to do what they can.
Yeah.
Keep it flowing.
It's
and just like everything when it comes to this type of stuff, because like I've been on both sides. Like I've been on the company side and I've been on the creative side too, or whatever. It all comes down to compromise. Neither side is gonna get what they want. They just meet in the middle or whatever. Like it's usually how this thing goes.
I never tell you this.
So what's happening in the DWU, the Danny Watkins universe?
This
A lot of things. Anyway, back on Kopc.
like, for people that are like, oh, they should just go ahead and do it even without John Washington.
Don't do that. Don't talk crazy.
No, you don't want.
No. Who the people who are saying that, you deserve to be locked up under the jail and
that's the reason why the show should not be like used to talk about it.
That right there is like, oh, the show can carry on. No, they're a big reason as to why it's as successful as it is.
The way Cobra Kai works is they oversee everything. It's not like one of these other shows where there's like 20 writers where like you can delegate.
That's like
they oversee everything.
Yeah, they oversee everything,
and they created it too. So
and it's like it doesn't work without them.
And none of the writing will be approved unless the creators.
Yeah,
simple.
What you don't want to happen is a bunch of inexperienced bullshit writers coming in. Like, you know what we could do to fuck this up? Like that's what would happen. Like,
let's bring in RJ. No, I'm kidding.
Let's bring in the writers of Twilight.
Bring in Minions.
Fuck this up. Like that's what would happen.
No. Let's bring in
we're gonna get people. We're gonna get people from the. We're gonna get people from the Arrowverse.
Unforgettable a sequel.
We're gonna get people from the Arrowverse writing Cobra Kai. No, thank you.
Putting evil into the world. There's already enough of it.
Because let me tell you what happens during writer strikes. What happens is all the good writers are in the guild, so they're locked down. So any more writers that you want are 1, inexperienced college students, 2, shit writers that no one wants, or 3, sometimes you strike gold and get an unknown. But like chances of that happening are not very high. So
now, what I'm not gonna approve of is like when like because I've seen some writers like attacking like Jenna Ortega and shit for no reason because like she corrected them.
Yeah, that stuff.
Chill out.
I was like,
but also
you shouldn't be doing that, bro.
You see if the act. See if
but like Hollywood, you need hit my line, bro. Hit my line. Hit me up. I got you.
See if the actor thinks that their writing can be improved and they're actually trying to stick to the character. Don't hate on them because that's what happened to Cavill. And as much as I'm not a big Jenna Ortega fan, she was kind of right though because she's the one carrying that show because all of her,
And also that show was a hit, so like you're looking you kind of look stupid when you're attacking her. Like you're trying to get people on your side.
Don't be doing that, Danny boy.
Yeah, like in terms of Cobra Kai, I don't want this shit rushed. So if it's paused,
it's
good.
If it means that the final season is the great penultimate ending and it serves the story and the show and we're able to enjoy it more, I'm all
Anthony
for
gets his
it.
moment.
Rather that, I'd rather that than some haphazard, rushed shit that ham-fisted in there, and then we get a Halloween Ends kind of.
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna get like a season 1 all over again. Like everybody's characters undone. Like
there'll be someone that comes along that's like, "Oh, I'm subverting expectations," and then he reverts every character back to the beginning.
Miguel and Robbie are back at it again. Let's go, bros.
Miguel becomes an asshole. Robbie's cucked again. Hawk's a jerk. Sam
keeps losing.
Sam's stropping all the time. Tori just buggers off for the season because she wasn't in the first season. Kenny disappears. Like just things.
Daniel goes back to hating Johnny.
I have a message. In Netflix.
Evan goes to college.
Netflix, do not pressure these dudes do not make them continue season 6.
They will.
Do not do that shit. I swear to God. Do not. I swear.
Netflix, I better not see an article on that.
You stay far away from Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, but get the fuck away. Leave them alone.
Get the fuck away.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep them away.
That's what you
do that with your own choice as much as you want. Just don't touch those two.
Yeah, you'll get your money you'll get your money in the long run. Like
you'll get more. It's more serviceable to you.
Because, like I said, like I seen, they usually come down to agreement.
They've already been taught. They've
just good business. Like they usually come down to like, okay, we'll give you just a more of a percentage, and they're gonna say like, all right, we'll take that or whatever. Like, you know, you're not gonna get the actual pay that you want, but it's a start or whatever. Like that's usually how it goes. Like,
as long as they're on strike, these writers are not getting paid.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting paid right now. Like
yeah.
They're trying to call each other's bluff. They're trying to be like, yo, how long can you hold out without us? Or how long can you hold out without us? Like it's a bluff.
Yeah, it's a game of cat and mouse. It's like who's gonna break first.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's like an episode of Tom and Jerry, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I say it's like both sides can all need some work.
Points on both sides. There's a lot of constructive conversation that needs to be had on both sides.
They're bluffing. Everyone's bluffing right now.
But where the conversation is now opened up is writers do not get any credit or respect for anything they do. If the movie's bad, well, they hear about it. But if it's good, you ever hear them go, "Oh, that was a well-written movie"? When do
they're gonna give the director the limelight?
I see it, but that's a rare commodity. Most people I know just say, "Oh my god, did you see the action?"
This is my biggest problem. Like every time I tell people I'm a writer and not a director, they're like, "Why do you want to do that? You're not gonna get. No one knows who you are. You're not gonna get any credit." Like
that's fine. Residual income, boy. Like
I'm the one that's laying the foundation.
I've got the luxury of privacy and money.
By that point, you'll be known but not known, so you'll be in the best kind of position.
All the people that really appreciate film will know who I am. But all the dumb motherfuckers won't, and that's good because I don't want you motherfuckers to know me. I don't want the dumb motherfuckers to know me.
Man, Darius, you are killing it in this stream. So shit.
Like I'd rather be rich and semi-famous than rich and famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the best thing that you can ever say. It's like I'd rather be rich than famous. Like famous, you don't get a whole bunch of money, but like when you're rich.
Sorry, wait, you. I'm semi-famous, homie.
Like I'll be recognized if I go to like film cons and stuff like that. Like but like when I'm just out in public, I don't want people coming up to me. I mean, like every once in a while, sure, but like people be like, "Oh, your movie shit." I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Like, I don't want to hear that.
So, like, I rather. It's like the thing with. You see, there you go again, Jacob.
B-list celebrity, bro. I want to be a B-list celebrity.
That's just better. With being like, because writers, without writers, there are no films. They lay the foundation, the groundwork.
Well, put it this way: take Top Gun Maverick, a film that I would take over half of. We know. At the end of the day, yes, it's directed beautifully well. The acting and the performances in it are great. But who wrote the movie?
Point taken.
Like it's like, you know.
There's your question. That's your answer.
That's your homework, kids.
Like who wrote the movie? Like literally, it's like it's directed well and it's acted well. Perfect. That's great. But who put pen to paper for the word? It's not about the words you say. It's about how good you look when you're saying them.
People say that editing is the hardest part of the filming process. It's like, it's writing.
Actually, it's the writing, because...
Writing.
Let me tell you, bro. Writing, dude.
Writing is
I had some of the lowest points in my life have been because of like, I'm not kidding. Like, there are days where I just look at my computer.
You get writer's block for real. Because
what the fuck am I doing?
Like, sometimes you think, is this even good? You
think you got a good idea, and then you go, "Oh, this is a great idea." And 3 weeks later, you wake up and you think, "Now, what the hell was I smoking?
It could have been a good idea.
Terrible idea.
You just don't even know."
Yeah.
And then you do the typical Hollywood thing where you get the paper, you crease it up, you throw it in the bin. You're like, "I'm trying to figure this out."
The amount of times I've started something, deleted all that shit, and been like, why did I do that? That was good.
You get to a place where like you're writing.
You don't even trust your own self no more.
And then you're like, you know what? I don't even want to cherry pick from this. I just want to start again because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Me and my friend.
What happens is you don't trust yourself, and then you don't trust other people.
Yeah.
Think, oh, they'll just tell me what I want. They'll just tell me what I want to hear.
It is very vulnerable.
No, you actually like when you become a writer, you actually become like a borderline psycho.
You do,
or if not a psycho.
People need to also remember to stop being their own worst critic in these things, because that's the biggest issue with writing in general, be it songwriting, writers for movies. You get so critical of your own work that you will chuck things out, and then you're like, "That was too good. Why did I chuck it?"
The sunny
Because
skies, but it's raining.
Sometimes you start getting so angry about it, like you start like just one.
And also, especially with the world, like this goes back to how we started the stream with objective and subjective and whatever. But you know, when you write something and you put it out there, it's a vulnerable act. You're putting it out there for the world to see, and hopefully you're hoping and you're praying that it matches up as best as possible. If it doesn't, it is what it is. If it does,
because let's be honest, let's be honest. It's hard to make it into Hollywood or any type of entertainment field. It's not easy. Like it's competitive. It's cutthroat or whatever. So like you
got people getting shot just because my dad knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. It's like, well, that's bullshit. I'm a better writer than you. Doesn't matter because you don't know this person. Like it's shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like
like you will literally get passed over like just because you know somebody knows somebody. It sucks.
Like
but can you blame that guy?
Like if all of us wrote a script right now and all versions of ours were great, but because let's say I knew someone who knew someone, you would all get slapped to the side in a heartbeat, even if they were considering taking Darius's script first.
Yeah,
that's another.
Let me tell you how petty Hollywood is. Oh, you dumped so and so in college. Well, I knew that, and she told me that. So fuck you and fuck your script. That's the kind of stuff that happens. Like, like it's. And I'm glad you said that, Jacob, because like going back to like when you write something, you put something out. Like, this is why I'm lenient when it comes to that, because it's easy to call someone a bad writer, call them a bunch of names, but chances are they tried really hard on that. Like,
oh yeah. Like, it's something that I've gotten better at over the years. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still critique stuff like I always do.
You still critique, but
it's at a point where like I'll critique the material, but I try and keep in mind as best as I can that there's a person behind it who put pen to paper. You know,
because like I'm trying to be like case to case basis or whatever. Like I'm one of them people. Like, okay, if I see too many L's in a row, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna be a little bit blunt with it or whatever. AKA with the Phase 4, the MCU or whatever. But like, you know,
it's a pattern. Maybe you're just not a good writer. But if you like, everyone puts out a turd every now and again. Like sometimes
everyone puts out something.
You're just like that just didn't work, and that's okay.
Yeah,
like I'm sure I do it all the time. Like there's gonna be something I write.
I wrote some
dog shit.
I ain't proud of
for
it.
For instance, like the people that did Thor: Dark World didn't do good, but like when they did Winter Soldier,
Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War,
Infinity War and Endgame,
and Civil War, all three.
Yeah,
like it's hard to get it. Like writing is hard. Like it.
Yeah. And not to mention the amount of BS you got to go through to get your stuff verified. Like the people.
Also, people need to blame the companies as well, because the companies override a lot of the decision making as well.
I'm saying. Like
this person right here below me, he knows because me and him go through it every week. Well,
the amount of movies that are bad because the studio
interference.
Took shit out.
It's studio interference, or like they told the writer like
have a movie in the pipeline, like Kings of Pop Culture, the movie, and everything's perfect. It's peaches, and then some Tom, Dick, and Harry comes in with their suits and their ties.
Bob and Joe.
This didn't test well. This didn't test well with audiences.
So you got one that wants to shove Mountain Dew and Bud Light in there. Then you've got one that says, "No, this character should do that instead because we can appeal to the teenagers and the audience."
No, it's like this hand sanitizer didn't test well with audiences. Let's swap this out for something else. It's like, no, that's not what I wrote.
I don't like that particular brand. We could use Dettol because it gives us a sponsorship deal.
Yep.
Yeah. Product placement.
Also, does Danny really need to be black? Could he be Asian? You know, maybe.
What?
Hey, it's true. It happens. That happens though. Like that actually happens.
And then sometimes you get stuck with a director who doesn't want to do what you wrote either.
Yeah.
People got to start holding directors accountable, bro. I'm sorry. You got to We gotta start holding directors more accountable because
I mean, don't they kind of do it though? But not as bad as the writer. But like, don't most people hold the directors pretty well nowadays? What I see,
Wait. Put that
like
comment back up here.
yep.
See? You see?
There's
It's
too
not a
many
made up
bad-
thing.
there's
It
too many
actually
bad
happens.
That pisses me off. See,
And the thing is, that's
they
that's
want to. They want
generally be 10
This
out
is
of 10.
what they do. These studios, when they see a script, it could be the best script that they've ever read. They want to
Godfather.
change it. It's not enough this. No, it's your script. If you want to change it, that's
Walk
fine.
away.
But these studios just want to do. They want you to like.
And not to mention, the Lakers won, by the way. And not to mention, let's go LA.
I know
Lakers.
Darius is happy.
I think I found my team. Because I'm typical.
Yes,
glory
welcome
hunter.
aboard.
Oh god.
Welcome aboard.
Plan
Yes,
99.
sir.
Plan 99.
We're avenging your kings, Adam. We're avenging the kings, bro.
Yes, that's why I'm cheering. Go on Lakers because the bet.
I mean,
because the other one's
to
bet.
be
my
fair,
team.
anytime I played NBA when I was a kid, I always picked Lakers or Pistons or Bulls.
Man, if the dude, I need the Lakers. One more win, Lakers. One more, and then
Come on, please beat them. I don't
Chance
care.
Curry, pick
I don't
Chance Curry out here.
Fuck Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Curry out here chewing on his mouth guard like that. That's
Back
just
to what Frankie put.
Yeah,
back to the point.
Back to the
point. Back to the point.
Back to the point.
Back to the point. Back to the future.
Yeah.
And it's called Black Man.
excellent.
Anyway, back to the point. What we were saying. It is.
I hope that gets made though. By the way, good luck, Frank. Good luck.
Good luck, man. Someone will take it. Okay, I actually have a suggestion for you. Some real shit. There is a thing called the Hollywood Blacklist, where basically unsold scripts basically sit in this thing called the Blacklist. And if someone likes it, they'll pick it up.
They'll pick it up. Yeah.
I would try to get in contact with somebody. Try to get yourself on the Hollywood Blacklist, and maybe someone will pick it up for you. Like,
what it do, Flight Crew?
That's pretty good.
Flight Team stand up.
It has a pretty good success rate. So yeah, I'll look into that.
I believe you know about it.
Yeah,
And,
I know. Like, what it do, Flight Crew?
What were you saying? Oh yeah,
But
right.
This is also a prime example, linking back to one of our other streams. Look at the sun gleaming on me now. Look at this. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, San Diego.
Good morning, San Diego. RJ.
If my blinds weren't shut, mine would probably be the same.
You're the one that says the sun all the time. Just saying.
So pretty much what I was saying is a few streams ago, I was talking about how when you're a normie on something, know your lane. I know a lot about the filmmaking stuff and the filmmaking world, but I'm quite happy and content to sit back and let Darius speak volumes.
Yeah, and
of all that stuff.
You're an actor.
Yeah. There's levels to this shit. So there's humility here. This is a prime example, people on this platform, of levels to things. Don't get so egotistical that you think you know everything. There's always another lesson.
Yeah.
I'm in school for this. There's people who know way more than me. I'm just a student. Like I'm just this is what I want to do. There's people that do this for a living.
When you left, you were but the learner. Then you were but the learner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Jacob's
I just know about this stuff. I just know about this stuff because of life experience, bro. Because, like I said, I've been on the creative side. I've been on the company side when the company was actually was right or whatever. So, like, you know, it's not 100% this and not 100% that. It's like you gotta compromise, man. It has to balance or whatever. I always talk about compromising on this thing. It's like it can't be 100% business and it can't just be 100% creativity, or else it's just not gonna work. Good. So.
No, absolutely, and it links back to when we started the stream with objective and subjective and all that stuff. It's an important conversation to keep having, regardless if there's a strike or not. Because it's still a huge freaking issue. It shouldn't take a strike for people to go, okay, writers deserve more credit. No, they've deserved more credit for years. Like it's been an ongoing issue where they're paid barely as much as the people that are more in the limelight. They barely get any appreciation, any spotlight. God forbid if the movie's bad, they'll hear everyone, coming at them.
Writers don't deserve more credit. They deserve the credit.
Writers, directors,
absolute
actors,
credit.
CGI, everyone involved in the filmmaking
They
process.
deserve
Like,
Remember, it's not about the words you say; it's about how good you look when you're saying them. If I've got a shit script, right? We talked about Adam Driver earlier on and how he can carry Fantastic Four. He took Rise of Skywalker's script and made Ben Solo one of the baddest mofo's in the saga.
Yeah.
Now he did that with a bad script. Imagine with a good script.
Because guess what? A great script can make
Yeah.
a great script can make bad CGI and bad acting look pretty good. If a script is good, it can mask some bad effects, bad acting, terrible action. Like you can mask that with a good script.
Yep.
But
Because the takeaway is the story was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story was good.
The execution.
Or it could be an Ant-Man and the Wasp and you just never watch it again.
Yeah.
To me, like there's a lot of movies. This could have
It's
been
one of those things like
better, but I like the story. Like
it's one of those like you like with us, we're gonna give credit where credit is due or whatever. Like even if it's bad credit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but then also don't want the other camp of where writers are terrible and they're too egotistical to admit that they're not good. Like there is that
you suck.
Trust me, there is a lot. Okay, as a film student, film students are pretentious douchebags. At least a lot of us are. We dude. Yep. Jacob knows.
Yes, they are indeed.
Film students can be assholes, dude. Like that's just the art students in general. Like in any of the arts.
I knew one where they took
performing arts, especially though, they're worse.
Like I knew one where they took a picture of a
Juno.
wall and it was like they broke it down like this great freaking perfectly constructed spread on how the brickwork brings out the aesthetics of the world. I said, just shut up. You're just making shit up. Like, stop.
Yeah. No, but I'm not this though. Performing arts students, they're
another
worse.
Theater kids.
Dude, these guys.
Theater kids are.
I mean,
I know a couple of theater kids.
Didn't we have that?
Fuck theater kids, bro. I'm sorry. Every theater kid I've
they're
ever met.
arguably more competitive. They are more competitive than actually sports.
Dudes, me and Sham know a few that literally are just the definition of drama.
So pretty much what you're trying to say is like they're Brie Larson as 10 times over.
Yeah, basically.
No, like they will actively sabotage each other from getting parts. They
will. They'll be like, "Hey, Darius. Hey, we've been friends all our life. Oh, well, you're going for the same role as me? Ah, you ain't gonna tokenize me. Bye-bye."
I kid you not. They will take each other out for drinks. Let me put a little thing in your drink so you miss your audition tomorrow. That's the kind of shit they do. I'm sorry.
Nah, my brother.
That's evil.
Nah, I don't play like that.
I don't play that.
Show don't.
Film we're bad. Film students are bad.
We're
not that bad. Like that.
FTC, like Steve stand up.
You'll bump into a lot of people with egos, though. Unfortunately, when it comes to that sort of stuff, they're not even good.
I'll tell you the problem is,
there is some really good creatives out there who don't do all that kind of stuff, but it is very. There is a lot.
There's a lot of them that do a lot of that stuff. It's like it outweighs.
Which is why it's very surprising for people like when they're like, "Oh, Jacob, you're a performing arts kind of dude." I'm like, "Yeah, but I have a different upbringing." So.
When you go into entertainment, everyone wants to be famous. Like
I'm
bring your ego.
The black and white boy.
People don't know how to let that go, and shit gets bad. But
stay humble.
Stay humble. Get down. Sorry.
Yeah. Always remember where you came from.
Yes, that's another thing. Because, literally, don't do a Romelu Lukaku where you end up with sponsorship deals, you pose in front of a Lambo, and you're like, yeah, I'm living the life. Well, you can't fucking score. Your feet look like donkey clown shoes, and anytime you run, you look like a galloping horse. Like, I can't take you seriously. Like, you
I don't know who this person is, but like Kendrick Lamar says, stay humble.
Basically, think of any basketball. Any basketball player.
Harden. Oh, screw James Harden.
James Harden. Okay, James
no,
Harden.
His name is not James Harden. His name is Jane Harden. Jane Harden.
James Harden's killing you.
No, his name is Jane Harding, and he I can't say what I want to say on here because you know what?
No, we don't do
I mean,
that
that's
here.
basically-
Then
no,
I'll
no,
get
no,
demonetized. We don't
James
do
Harden
that
kicking
here.
y'all ass. James Harden kicking the Celtics ass right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, Celtics media.
Y'all got it though.
Celtics media, I'm sorry, but got to close
Celtics
out the game.
Celtics
Close
media.
out the game.
Celtics will win. Celtics will win. They win.
So
I don't know. Depends on what they want to do.
with that being said,
I think it's done. Like on this
I think
subject, I think
we've reached a good moment. Danny, good list. RJ, Shamoon, Darius, Adam, thank you for joining. This has been a good
I bet
stream.
you've been
the
here,
watch
brother.
party. We gotta do watch party now.
But yeah, it's been a really
Nice to
good
have another
stream.
cameo.
A lot of discussion. You're the special guest.
Shamoon featuring Shamoon. Yes.
What a do flight crew, FTC.
Next week is a watch party, Jacob. Watch party. Yeah.
Watch party.
Next week. Anyhow, thank you everybody for
And
tuning
next week.
in. It's time for me to go and get some sleep before I pass out. It's been a very good stream. Nearly 3 hours of good discussion. Skimmed over Ant-Man and the Wasp, but we touched upon Fantastic Four and its potential. We touched upon objective versus subjective. Snyderverse fans still not being able to let go no matter what happens. They'll literally he'll be dead and in the ground.
We're not giving up. We're not gonna take it.
House of Cookie. What did I tell you 2 years ago? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like just let it go.
In this case, it's let it burn.
Adam
Let it burn.
It's done.
Lifestyle, richer than famous. Wait.
So, with that
Good
being
Charlotte.
said, Adam, give us some closing words.
If you think you know better than someone, check yourself.
Yeah.
Boom. Shamoon, closing words, sir.
Don't be a schmuck.
Love it. Darius,
Love
closing
you.
words.
If you think it's you and you feel like it's you, it's probably you.
Get a Lego head.
ASAP. RJ.
Huh?
I echo that sentiment as well. Danny.
It's just good business.
He's so close to the camera.
It's just good business.
What?
Shout out to my Lord. Shout out to Lord.
Smile to the camera.
Not that hot. When this guy woke up this morning, he was white.
I might rewatch that. That's on Paramount. Scream 6.
This is the part of it where I have no idea what's going on.
Jimmy. Oh yeah, and shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. He's
Yes,
killing the
yeah.
Knicks. Stephen A.
He's not
Smith's
part
bad
of-
hairline is bad.
I
Knicks,
don't know what that is. All right, now I'm ending it. I don't know what the hell you're on about.
Knicks and
Thank
Warriors
you, everybody,
losing.
for tuning in.
Basketball.
Peace out.
Wait, did you? Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Hey, yo.
Yo. Wait. Did you? Wait. Did you? I gotta rewatch that in. Hold on.
What? Wait, we're still live. I don't know what.
What are you talking about?
What's everybody on?
I don't know. It's 6 a.m. It's breakfast time.
I know.
It's breakfast
Maybe we
time.
could get some oats in.
Oh, I could go for a good.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Absolutely not.
It sounded like it. I don't know.
And I don't know who that
It
is.
did. It did sound like it though.
Wait. When?
He said, "Go rewind it." Wait, end it, and then we can
It
rewatch
was
it.
like when he was. Hold on.
End it, and we can rewatch it. It did sound like.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know what on earth these two are on about. Anyway, good night.
Darius,
people.
really
Good morning.
crazy.
Good morning. That's it. Signing out. Good night.